to be so high in life. Without you, I don't feel alive. So I'll just keep on being high, high, higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. I know that you're feeling forsaken, mistaken, wish you were another man. I remember feeling awakened, mistaken if you thought I'm in that place where you want me to be. But I don't want you back. So it's easy to see when I'm high all the time. 'Cause I have lost you, get the thinking why we used to be so high on life. Without you, I don't feel alive. So I just keep on being high, high, higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. I know that you're feeling forsaken, mistaken, wish you were another man. I remember feeling awakened, mistaken if you thought I'm in that place where you want me to be. But I don't want you back. So it's easy to see when I'm high all the time. 'Cause I have lost you, get the thinking why we used to be so high on life. Without you, I don't feel alive. So I just keep on being high, high, higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Lying in the darkness, wondering if you're heartless. 'Cause you don't let me see the light. That you don't really want me, you just wanna call me. But only on the lonely nights. You give me just enough that I don't give up. You give me just enough to keep me begging for your love. Locked away, you save me for a rainy day. Locked away, till you need me, I stay. Locked away, and you don't care, it hurts to wait. Locked away, locked away, locked away, locked away. Locked away. I cannot escape this, even though you make it. You make it seem like I'm still free. But baby, just admit it, you were fucking missing. 'Cause you like the hold you have on me. So you give me just enough that I don't give up.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. We're here today for the USO Zoom and Shoot Finals powered by Geico Military. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO has always been by their side. So I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer. Joining me throughout the night is Jared Baratel Castiglione. Baratel, it's always nice to have you back.
It's always nice to cast with you, Jim. This is probably my favorite duo that we have.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate the compliment. But we're going to be looking for some great duos, and by duos, I mean great team play, whether it's a duo and a trio or whatever you want to call it. And so the question I have to you is, as we're going to get ready to head into this Rocket League event for the USO, what do you think is kind of the biggest skill gap, if you will, for teams to play together that really separates the good teams from the best?
Adaptability is a word that's often thrown around, and for good reason. A team that I feel like is the most adaptable has both the strong defense and at a moment's notice, the moment that they have an opportunity, capitalize on it with that adaptability. So we will have to see which team reigns supreme in that adaptability corner.
Well, these teams will certainly have a marathon ahead of them. To go over how things are going to work tonight, we'll have 8 teams in a double elimination format, 3v3 soccer, best of 3 in bracket and grand finals. And of course, since we have a lower bracket, the winner of that lower bracket will face off against the top team from the upper bracket in the grand finals, but they will have to have a bracket reset, meaning they'll have to win one game and win another one. And remember, anybody, this competition was a military-only Swiss league where the top 8 finishers advanced to today, so we're seeing the best of the best. Going to probably see some of that adaptability that you brought up, Baratel. But of course, good work needs to be rewarded, and these 8 trios are going to be competing for their shot at the prize pool. So to go off, tell what these players are playing for. The first place is going to get what we're calling the streaming bundle. That's going to come with 3 Razer webcams, 3 Razer microphones, and 3 Razer capture cards as well. So everything you need to get going. The second place is going to get the look good, play good bundle because, of course, you know, skins equal wins, of course, as we all know.
100%.
That's going to include 3 Razer Anzu Smart Glasses, 3 Razer Barracuda X headsets, too. So that's going to be great. And then the third place is going to be the Hit Your Flicks bundle, and that's going to be 3 Razer Death Adder V2 Pro mice and 3 Razer Gigantus 3XL mouse pads. So a lot of great gear that these players are playing for. So with a week-long multi-format like this, what's some advice that you just generally have for players who are kind of in a marathon format to kind of keep their cool, keep their wits?
Multi-week format league, you kind of disregard just overarching themes and metas, if you will, for the general game and competitive play, and instead the meta of the tournament develops. If it's a demolition heavy meta, then you kind of either play to it, play it better, or figure out ways to keep yourself privy to that and keep yourself safe. Or if it's just a triple commit meta, maybe you opt for, maybe going for the backline, have someone in back post at all times.
Well, let's take a look at Doc's own advice to add on to yours in Rocket League. That's to create mistakes, punish overcommits, play off the walls better, and demo to get your goals. Those are Doc's keys to the game, brought to us by Geico Military, which has been a proud sponsor of the USO since 1997. Woo. Taking a look at our first matchup tonight, it's going to be Bonsai versus the Purple Cobras. Already, Baratel, you're having gasps of exasperation as if you're exhausted. We've got a long way to go. This is only our first match. Bonsai versus Purple Cobras. Let's get into the first match of the night and see how it's going to work out. As we see, Quipsy is going to try to be chasing after the kickoff, but Final Form trying to get a goal there early. Slick Mike having to rotate back. You don't want to leave those goals open at all, so be cognizant of where you are on the field.
Shooting forward, trying to get possession back in their control, but not relenting will be this side. J-Double's looking to get an interruption. Hip dip. Shot attempt on goal, but we turned away. Slick Mike finding a breakaway, an open goal, but someone's barely there in time for the back post defense. And so far, it's starting pretty spicy, Gem Mountain.
Yeah, spicy not only in the gameplay, but in some of these names too. We always see some of the best team and player names in the USO. Right now, Final Form is just going to hit it off toward the left, allow Slick Mike to try to center it, where Mart is waiting in the back to score. He almost does it, but he just flies a little too high.
Martrub and Icarus.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here comes the slide! And a save there from Slick Mike will keep it 0-0. It continues to heat up. Moving from jalapeno to habanero right now.
We're soon approaching ghost pepper territory.
No. It's too spicy. And there it goes. Pip Dip with the dip and the score. First blood in this round.
Yeah, that was very nice here. You see him rating. He's just going to play off himself. It's not even a follow-up. Plays around 2 members of Purple Cobras. That's a great start. So we're ready. We're about a minute into this. We're going to go to the second kickoff in the favor. Matt getting a great hit there, but there is Pip Dip where you need him. Is going to elevate up to play around the corner. It's going to go way back towards Devils. They're just going to keep their side control for now. Ball might be able to be scored here, but Slick Mike is able to get there fast. Try to interrupt that play.
Nice interruption and a desperate one at that, but still needs to happen to make sure this does not get too out of hand. Aggression now for the side of the Purple Cobras. They'll find themselves on the blue side of the field. Slick Mike up in the air, final form, trying to get some boost to slide it in, but a nice turn away from Pip Dip. And Quispy is going to be there to save things as well. Full send on the backside. Is there one to defend? And a fantastic save. Slick Mike sliding in, keeping things just manageable with the 1-point deficit.
Yeah, Pip Dip and Slick Mike are going to want to be who you watch out for, as we see on the activity feed. Both of them leading their teams in shots on goal. A great shout out to Quipsy, also doing some great defense there for Bonsai. They have to do a bit more defense once again as Pip Dip rotates back, trying to answer final form here. It's going to wait under, elevate up, and Slick Mike plays right over him to get the lead.
The alley-oop into the accolade holder for this orange team as Purple Cobras find themselves a little bit of an opportunity here. And it's going to tie things up 1-1. Bonsai Purple Cobras. 2 wins on this 50-50 with just about 2.5 minutes remaining.
And final form gets the better of that, but J Doubles was over there getting boost and is now able to follow up. Slick Mike taking it away from him, playing off the wall. Pip Dip elevating up, misses though. Could be an opening here for Slick Mike, who's going to try to center it up again, but a bit of a tap from Bonsai sends it back to midfield as they play above final form, and a beautifully aimed shot from J Doubles.
Yeah, great read here on J Doubles, and just a maybe missed input, maybe not enough fuel in the tank to stop this one from sliding in. So close to a defense, but they'll take it. I mean, Bonsai wants to keep themselves ahead. They got themselves the early lead so far, and they continue to extend it just inch by inch. 50-50 head off does not go anywhere in terms of fruition. J Doubles up in the air. Final form will find him, bring it back down towards the center. Misses yet again, and possession goes back into Bonsai favor.
They have the side control and they have the lead, but Slick Mike wants to take it away from them with just a show-offy play like that.
Those fancy moves, what does it get you? It gets you back on your side of the field. Nice lob towards that corner. They are willing and waiting. Bonsai putting one in the back there, making sure someone's back nets just to make sure that, of course, they don't lose this 1-point lead. The aggression, J Doubles, nice rotations. Pip Dip pushing forward, but cannot find anything. They'll get a pass to the corner. Does he go for the center? Final form tries to interrupt. Gets an awkward pass back towards the other side of the field, but it's enough to deter. And now, for the first time in a minute, Purple Cobras have an opportunity to strike.
J Double's going to face out against Martin, be able to play around him. Slick Mike is able to push it over to the other side of the field. Quipsy's waiting, but final form's there before he gets to it. Pip Dip going above his own goal to get a tap on it to pass over to J Doubles in midfield. Slick Mike wants away, takes it away, looking for centering, but it's going to be stopped by Quipsy, who goes back toward midfield on the air. Is going to have to play around all three. Leaves it for Pip Dip toward the goal off the crossbar. And just some of these passes and rotations from these players are insane.
Slick Mike barely got the 100 gauge, but it's not enough. He's forced to overextend the save. And using that boost, he ran out. Watch him go across this goal. Get the save, but look at this perfect read. Bonsai put themselves up 2 points above now the Purple Cobras.
Yeah, that was just so perfectly aimed right there, squeaking right past that front post there to get the goal.
Okay.
Final form.
Going in the favor now of Purple Cobras. Can they maintain it? Slick Mike going for a pass, looking for a center, but it will be deterred and pushed away. Pip Dip keep away right now with 50 seconds on the clock. Not a lot of time for these Purple Cobras to get this equated, but almost an own goal from Quispy. Maybe just playing around right now, but pretty dangerous at the same time.
J Doubles is trying to take it around away from Mart here. A bit of a tap there is going to try to push it back towards Bonsai's goal. They're only going to have 15 seconds for each goal, though. They want to score 2, and they're going to start out there with a good start there. And the Slick Mike.
Yeah, setting up almost the perfect waterfall solo play. Now you mentioned the time not being in their favor. This has to be either an instant face-off goal or one that's just put 1-2 chain together.
Yeah, if they don't make this kickoff here, it's probably about 10 or 15 seconds left. That's a good start, though, for them. But Pip Dip is going to try to take it away, put some pressure on the Purple Cobras. They have to answer back and fast here. Quipsy, though, is going to elevate up, get a nice tap there. Answered back by Purple Cobras. J-Double. Seems like Bonsai's doing a great job of stopping any play from the Purple Cobras before it can happen.
Yep, just keep waiting. The goal might be open. 3 seconds remain. Can they get themselves to pass back? Slick Mike runs out of boost. And that will do it. Bonsai will take the first round.
Yeah, I think unfortunately there, that double commit at the very end didn't give them any follow-ups. As we can see some of the stats here, pretty darn even between these two. It's amazing. Purple Cobras had more side control, but just didn't have quite as many shots on goal. We can see here the 8 teams that are competing right now. We've got New Year's Same Claps, Capital, Bonsai, Purple Cobras, Valor, Reese's Pieces, Warriors, and a Foggy. The USO teams never disappoint with their naming conventions.
I have a personal favorite automatically. It has to be Reese's Pieces, right? Can just make it to the end so I can continue to see your name.
Well, that we'll have to finish this match before we get on to the next one because it is a best of 3.
Yeah.
And man, it was really hard to, you know, kind of differentiate between the two because each team had their star player.
Right. Yeah, Slick Mike trying to do what he could, but didn't seem like there was a lot of opportunity for the other members there on the Purple Cobras to shine.
They had Pip Dip to answer back.
Pip Dip to answer back, see if they're going to continue that performance here in the second round. Goes for a lofty goal. Ooh, a shot on goal up in the air, but does not get it. Quispy still holding control of the ball. He turned away, but no full sends from the side of the Purple Cobras, meaning that the relentless attack continues for Bonsai.
Whipsy, with a nice little shot on goal there, but is going to be saved by Slick Mike, who passed it way back over toward the blue goal. J-Double is able to deflect it off to the corner. Going to try to play it around final form. Pip Dip is waiting, elevates at just the right moment, and leaves it for Quispy for a shot on goal.
Slick Mike again. Probably has a halo to fix his car. Nice lob, another fadeaway, but now the possession's kind of going back and forth. For the first part of this round, it looked like there was just no opportunity for Bonsai to even let go of the ball. It was magnetized to their cars, but now they're making another attack opportunity. Lofty into the goal. Will it slide in, and will Pip Dip will scoop that one up.
Yeah, it was just so awkward there as a save. You want to turn your save into a clear, but that had so little momentum it was open for Pip Dip.
What kind of dip do you think Pip Dip's favorite dip is?
I would imagine, you know, the way that the overall, the aura that the gamer tag is giving me is something overly sugary and artificial, is what I'm thinking. That's what I think of right now. But J Doubles is thinking of a goal as he is able to get a shot on goal, saved by Slick Mike. Pip Dip now trying to corral this back, trying to keep the side control, is going for the follow-up there. Is actually going to go inside the goal.
That was a really nice move. It looks like Quispy is very comfortable. We saw Pip Dip showing off last time, but now it's the Quispy goal. Almost gets the waterfall with the double, triple carry and the dribble, but no. The way he's manipulating these shots, though, and going for just the tire to stop full momentum from these shots is keeping Purple Cobras on their proverbial feet, because Cobras don't have feet.
Well, right now, Quipsy, Bonsai has been maintaining just kind of the majority of the side control here. It's going to go way in their favor if we see the stats at the end of the game. Here goes final form. Quipsy is able to stop Slick Mike, though. That's going to put a damper on their offensive plays. Maybe not if Mart has anything to say about it. Final form is now going to set it up as Mart elevates up, trying to waterfall it down, and perfectly aimed.
Okay. I mean, talk about textbook pass play right here. Finds the perfect angle. There's no wavering. There's no a minute adjustments. It is a sure shot, if anything, and that will tie things up.
Yeah, unfortunately for the purple. Unfortunately for Bonsai, there just really kind of opened up their goal. Oh, well.
Speaking of open goals.
Yeah, okay, that's one. I don't know if that's so much an open goal there, as there was someone waiting for the goal. You see Slick Mike trying to rotate back, but they just threaded the needle between both of them.
God, I didn't know there were field goals in Rocket League, but that looked very, very similar to one, if anything.
So this kickoff is going to go slightly in favor of Purple Cobras, but Bonsai is looking to answer that back as Pip Dip gets a tap on it, leaving it up for J Doubles. But Slick Mike, look at him. He's a bit too fast there for Bonsai. He's going to play it around the corner, looking to try to get a clear here. J Doubles is able to capitalize on that.
J Doubles finds one after his team sent a couple stragglers into the air, trying to find an angle. Now Purple Cobras have an opportunity yet again. Double crossbar defense, and they're still reserving a pretty healthy fuel gauge at the moment. Final Form will dip to 0. Trying to find what he can, a double commit on defense. Purple Cobras have less than 2 minutes to get things tied up yet again. We've seen it before. Definitely possible. This pressure here from the side of Bonsai is going to continue to pressurize, but this time it will not crack the defense. Demolition will do some damage, though, but an open net will be met by defense. Marta will actually find their own demolition. 3 members of Purple Cobras here on the side. Demolition for Final Form. Is there an open opportunity? And they slide it in, and they will tie it up. Slick Mike will slide on in this time and slither themselves into a 2-2 game.
Yeah, that was really insane how many demos were being brought out there. You see Pip Dip, I think he had just respawned off the demo but couldn't reach back post in time.
It's all about timing. You have maybe 1 to 2 seconds of an opportunity, and whether or not you capitalize on it, we've seen that adaptability adjective be highlightable for both teams, being forced to be on almost a peerless defense, and then open net, but will they slide it in? They will. Pip Dip will find an angle, getting themselves another point lead.
Well, it's a good thing that went in, because as you can see here, they kind of got away with a bit of a double commit there where Pip Dip, or I think it might have been J Doubles just hitting Pip Dip as he tried to rotate around. But either way, they still got a goal, so they'll just chalk that up, forget about that little bit of shakiness, and hope they can win in this last minute.
Up in the air, possession, not really anyone's just yet. Side control, something we haven't talked about yet, Gem Mountain, but it looks like Purple Cobras know that this fuel, this precious resource, is going to be paramount for them to get things back.
We got a rule 1-2, it looks like, or at least they're trying to
break that. No honor. That score doesn't count. Sorry, J Double. That doesn't count.
No, he wasn't part of the. He wasn't part of that one.
The team itself lost their honor.
What do you mean? If it's a 1v1, he. Okay, look, it's a tournament, okay? They're playing for actual prizes here. You gotta do what you gotta do to win.
Yeah, it's a very grimy W though, right?
Yeah, it's just
W. I can't argue that. You're still getting yourselves a hat.
I mean, and look at this point. They're 3 goals ahead, okay? So even if you cross out that first goal, they're still way ahead in this round.
Yeah. I mean, they're playing a mighty offense, and it's tough for the Purple Cobras to kind of meet that call. The 35 seconds to get themselves 3 goals. I've seen crazier things, so they're not out.
Look at J Double's feed right now. It's rolled over. We can't fit all the stuff that he's been doing, but it's almost all shots on goal at this point.
We get another one. Crispy looking for the bounce, not going to make it. Nice redirection. We'll put it in the center, lofting in front of the goal, but no one there to capitalize on it just yet. Pip Dip taking kind of the backseat approach, giving Crispy and J Doubles their time to shine. J Doubles looking for yet another goal. 5 seconds remain. Can they get another point? The Purple Cobras look for anything here. The ball touches the ground, and wait, it's not over yet. Can they actually do this?
No. No, they could. Even if they scored the goal, the timer would have been 0.
No, like, can they actually get the goal there in the last second?
Well, they tried, but I told you the shots on goal would be heavily in favor. Total shots even more so. I was just all Bonsai all the way, even with Baratel's minor gripe about breaking Rule 1. It really wasn't needed at this point. They were in control the whole way through. Well, this tournament is powered by Geico Military. Geico Military has been a partner of the USO since 1997, providing support to military service members and their families throughout their time in service. Thank you, Geico Military, for being a force behind the forces. All right, we're going to get ready to head into our second match of the night.
Ooh.
We can actually see here that in the first round, New Year's Same Claps beat their matchup against Capital. So Capital is going to be sent down with Purple Cobras to the lower bracket. We'll see how that turns out. But right now, we want to get to that next round match, New Year's Same Claps versus Bonsai, in what is actually already the winner's bracket semifinals. So this is going to be interesting to see what sort of new talent New Year's Same Claps brings.
Yeah, and a bit of kind of being one of the first teams on stream is you do kind of not really run the risk, but you are then scoutable. Your performance, whether it be supreme on defense or weak on offense, that kind of stuff can be noted, especially when it comes to these teams that want to get that W. So maybe throw it up on the other monitor, watch it on stream while you're doing your own match, peek in every other
You mean stream snipe?
No, because you're not playing against them. You're just doing research at this point. As we get into this round, Bonsai versus, not the Purple Cobras, it'll be actually Claps this time.
Yeah, New Year's Same Claps.
And it's going to be an explosive one. It looks like they're going to continue their aggression there on the offense, and Bonsai very comfortable. What I will say is criticism from their last map, when they were put up against the backside in the defense call, they were not able to answer it as supreme as their offense.
Well, they're going to have to play defense right now, especially Woody getting the first goal there for New Year's Same Claps.
Look at the setup, too. He finds himself doing a U-turn, getting himself the pass, and sitting in the goal. You can do your own bump. You can get yourself reset with those flips, and it's ended up working really well for them. As Ethan, Woody, and
Ioka
learning air roll.
Pip dip, though.
Answer as well. See how this broke down. Up in the air, nice aerial fight. J-Double's not contested up here, so he gets himself to bounce off the ceiling, and not a very common pass pattern, but one that ended up working, and it's going to be a 1-to-1 before the first minute's even up.
So we're ready to head into this next kickoff. Pip Dip's going to get the better of that one. J-Double's following close behind. See Quispy actually rotating in there, but Ethan is just going to bump him right out of the way.
Pay for it with his car's life. Good thing he's got that extended warranty they keep calling about.
Yeah, they just replace your car 3 seconds after it's totaled. Sounds like a pretty good deal.
Service.
Yeah, pretty good deal to me, better than what I have.
Well, here, first set goes for the bump.
Oh!
Doesn't find anyone there to back it up, but they will find the angle, and that corner shot from Ethan. He says, demolitions be darned, I'll get this score if I have to, do anything for it, really.
And it really seems to be the way that New Year has been getting their goals, is really kind of exhausting Bonsai in their own goal, waiting for that kind of save that it's kind of a weak save because the ball is traveling very slowly and just perfectly tees it up for them.
Yeah, it's almost, it's always a question, right? You go for either the save by barely getting yourself in position to stop it, or do you just try to reserve for a lob? Because if you don't go for the full sends, we've seen both of these teams so far capitalize on not full sending a defense. Nice.
Ooh, two members of Bonsai actually had committed to that one. Hey, Ioka is going to get demoed. This actually is going to demo Pip Dip. Pip Dip fresh off the respawn. Keeps the side control going for Bonsai. Purple Cobra still maintaining their lead, though. Quispy now going to push it around the corner. Try to center it up.
Okay.
Demo one in the goal. Perfectly played. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. Got yourself in the combative state. Just be looking to go for the demolition. Maybe just an extra flavor on top. Surely would have been comfortable just the bump, but completely removing a defendant from the goal is always that much better. So now it's 2-2, and I mean, despite the first round we claimed as habanero status, this one might actually be approaching Ghost Pepper.
Well, here we go. J-Double's getting a slight tap on that one. Pip Dip is going to try to push it up the side, but very slow, and Ioka just gets a shot toward goal there. J-Double's trying to dribble it, just stolen away quite forcefully so by Ethan, and a great shot by Ioka.
Pip Dip.
Right in the goal, but they left it open.
Oh,
that is New Year's Same Claps modus operandi, if you will. They just wait for the complete commit for the defense, and then just score on the open goal.
Yeah, exactly. Pip Dip used literally everything to tip the ball away. But again, the criticism still remains. If you can't get that thing lobbed away, Okay. This is all part of Pip Dip's plan,
I'm
actually.
sure it was.
The master plan, get the 50-50 perfectly down.
I don't know
to
even.
the sideline.
I didn't know. Yeah, that was just kind of weird there.
He's got the galaxy brain. That's why he's got that score finisher, because it looks like a brain somewhat.
Ioka trying to take it away from Pip Dip, not going to be successful. Open goal here. Can they capitalize on that? Woody rotating inside just enough. Just in enough time. And speak about open goals, that demo onto J Doubles, I think, played the, yeah, it did.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a match. If you blink, you miss everything between these two teams. They are attacking and pouncing with such ferocity. I thought they were the Purple Cobras for a second.
Right now, J Doubles rotating back is going to pick up their own boost, try to answer Ioka here, and is going to play it off the wall to push it back to midfield. Woody with the tap on that is pushing it way back toward Bonsai's corner. I was trying to play it around Ethan, kind of does, but the ball's traveling very slowly, allowing Ioka to pass back over to Ethan. Very nicely placed above the backboard. Follow up there by J Doubles getting the save. And they're not going to have, okay, Quispy. It was the last line of defense there, so great job with the save.
J Doubles off screen did get a demolition, giving themselves the man advantage for a moment. But will that give them something to make out of it? And it will, as Pip Dip continues to rack up the accolades. Put a hat on that car. That's a hat trick.
Yeah, he's been the equalizer and you see Ethan and both Ioka there. They were still in their rotation there, just barely turning around, so not quite soon enough to play defense there.
4-4, Gem Mountain. We still got just about a minute and a half action left for this first best of three between these two teams, and this is a mighty combat between these two colossus in the arena. Ethan looking for something, goes towards the sidewall, gets the angle, gets beat to the corner boost, which I'm sure he desperately wanted. As Ioka goes up in the air, goes for their centering pass, no opportunity yet. As Quispy will find the ball and push it away. Pip Dip looking for something, Quispy on the ground. Another centering pass, this one going towards the blue side of the territory. Woody looking for anything, causes the interrupt, gets it lobbed up in the air. Ioka looking for the slam down, reset, triple reset, no. Moving that with an opposition. And my goodness, J Doubles is just a menace in the sky. A nice shot on goal from Quispy will be barely defended as we now get to the 45-second mark.
Woody is going to try to play off Ethan, but it just kind of awkwardly just gives the ball. Oh, they almost get a goal there, Ioka. Another great shot on goal. Seems like the shots on goal have been very well spread out between all the member of New Year's St. Claps. Now they have 30 seconds left. They've got Bonsai on the defense there, but that sort of play didn't quite work out, but is able to turn around really fast there.
Handbrake coming in clutch here. Ethan looking for something. Want to do this with as minimal amount of time on the clock as possible to eliminate an opportunity for a response, but 7 seconds. We might be heading to the first overtime.
We probably are, unless they can keep the ball in the air or just end it right now. But a save by Ethan looks like maybe Bonsai can't play. Yeah. All right, we're in the first overtime. Golden goal. First one to get a goal will win this map.
How anticlimactic if it was just off the 50-50.
Yeah, that would have been nice, although I do prefer shorter overtimes, as compared to the ones that basically double the length of an individual game. We'll see how quickly a goal can be scored.
Oh, that was dangerous because J Doubles was actually out of boost. Couldn't do anything risky there.
Unfortunately for Bonsai, a double commit there in midfield. They do not want to be making mistakes like that in a crucial time like this.
Ioka being caught up in the air, no boost, has to get it to triangle turn.
Okay.
There's a cluster of cars in the corner, and unfortunately not really much gain for it.
Okay, I want to go back to seeing these mid-air passes, these demos, these perfect team coordinations.
Yeah,
you can't let over
that corner thing ever again.
You can't let overtime get to you and just go after the ball no matter what.
But if we go for a ball, then we win, right?
You would like to think that way, but it doesn't always really work out that way. Woody, though, trying to make something happen here, is going to pick up their own boost there. Play it around Pip Dip. Push it toward the goal. Is there the follow-up, or is he just going to do the solo play? Unfortunately, Ioka just a little bit too late on that rotation. Woody having to rotate back, making sure that goal is not left open.
He's chasing down Ethan, looking for blood in the demolition, but could not find it. And despite their effort now, looks like there's an opportunity for Claps to get a breakaway. We're seeing the blue side of the field from the, despite it being majorly on the orange side, they are now breaking away in the corner. Aoka in the air, going for the slam. No pinch opportunity there. Looks like Bonsai's privy to that and actually able to get a defender up there to block it. Nice lob back into the corner though, and the pressure continues. Pip Dip still in position to continue to block after block, and Ethan will look for anything, but possession will be given back over to Bonsai. What can they do with it? Crispy up in there, goes for the air pass, but met up in the sky with opposition. Aoka will go for an open shot on an open goal, and they will secure it.
I told you, you can't just rotate up and go after the ball at all costs. You gotta leave your goal defended. That's gonna punish Bonsai quite severely. The dabbing Grim Reaper spells their end, at least for game one. It's pretty even.
Pretty even, yeah.
Which for a game that's 4-4 goes into overtime, it's not too surprising here. Both these teams are very well matched with each other.
Yeah, shout out to, J Doubles again, hungry for this demolitions, trying to remove any of these members from the side of Clap New Year. But just kind of being aware of that, keeping yourselves out of arm's reach is proving to be really successful for New Year.
Well, quick update. It looks like...
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it looks like Valor is going up against Foggy. Reese's Pieces. Your dream is crumbling before your eyes, Baratel.
It's just my luck. I'm a Dignitas fan, so...
Well, we're just going to have to see how this all turns out. The thing I like about this matchup is they're doing such a great job of using demos to get the goals.
Yeah.
And I like that they're living up to their name, because a name like New Year St. Claps, that implies that they were already very good before the New Year started. So they need they're setting expectation for themselves right off the bat.
So they got like half of a clap, not really a standing ovation just yet. But they're looking to make the encore happen.
Boy, would that have been awkward if it's like 10-0 against them and they named their team New Year's Same Claps. Well, we meant it just the other team is the one. So
yeah, exactly.
I guess you're covered all ways there. Well, J Double's trying to cover the goal here. He's going to leave it for Pip Dip to get it clear here off of the wall. Woody is going to head under. Ethan now trying to center it up, playing it around J Doubles.
Oh!
Indeed, is there a follow-up? Not quite. Ooh, that was so perfectly gift-wrapped for them.
Drop the bow.
But the thing is like, sometimes it's just the disruption from the other team, and you're wondering where's the follow-up. Well, that's because the other teammates were, bumping into the other team. So that's
one of those situations where hitting ball is actually good.
But here goes Pip. Yeah, I thought we were going to see Pip. He's going to, there he is. He's rotating after, is going to head right back toward his own corner boost. Isn't able to pick it up, though, and... Yeah, I think if you look at Pip Dip right here, he has 16 boosts, so he doesn't have a whole lot to defend against this. So you can see he's trying to predict when it's going to try settle it up. He just doesn't, yeah, you can see right there, he doesn't have the fuel.
Yeah, and it's difficult because they're on the cusp of switching from that two-man, or the three-man defense to a two-man offense with someone back post, but, there's still sometimes those momentary gaps in your defense, and New Year St. Claps is a team that's willing to not only recognize that, but punish it as well.
Quincy trying to
get something going for Bonsai's team. Trying to find a centering pass, but off the back wall, can't really find much. And Aoka will slam this one back to earth.
Quispy gonna pass it over to J Doubles in midfield. Now take it for himself, leaving it for Pip Dip, who had a bit of trouble elevating there. J Doubles is able to keep the play going, but Ethan quite easily saves that.
Crispy bouncing it up into the ceiling is normally beneficial if Ethan were not for where they were. Gonna go forward, gonna go for the reverse. The bicycle kick over the defender! And Ethan will actually sneak that one in. That's a cool move right there, Jim Mountain.
Yeah, it really is when you're able to hit the brakes and just do quite a nice little flick into the goal there. Beautifully played. Now, New Year's St. Claps has a bit of an insurance goal for them now. We have 3 minutes, though. That's still plenty of time for Bonsai to make some sort of revival here. Pip Dip's going to try pass it over to J Doubles with Quispy. They gave it all for that goal. And unfortunately, yeah, they
Oh, no.
all three members went straight for the goal, and they were punished there severely for it.
If it turned into something beautiful, it was worth it, but not only going for the triple commit, but then to suffer a demolition casualty as well. Just the kind of the icing on the cake there for that goal. 3-0. Bonsai's got a lot of ground to make up, but still over half this round to do so. Pip Dip going up in the skies. A little bit flustered, maybe. Crispy looking for a centering pass. We'll find a lone defender. But not seeing Bonsai really attack with the same ferocity we've seen so far.
No, it really seems like in game 2, sometimes the team falls by the wayside, and that it looks like it might be happening with Bonsai, though we're only halfway through, so we can't close the story quite yet. Sayoka fighting with Pip Dip in the corner there. They both try to elevate up. J-Doubles is just going to break that up and get back to normal gameplay.
Speaking of ferocity, it looks like they may be on the attack. A goal opportunity there, but it will be closed, and that window is shut for the moment. Be sent away. Crispy now forced to be on the defense, has a minimum boost and finds himself wanting more as Woody will take the boost and advantage and slide that win for a 4th goal.
You can see more clearly here, Quispy, they had no one on the back post, Bonsai did.
Cool.
So all they had to do was play it above Quispy, and the goal was wide open. So Bonsai really needs to work on those rotations, try to clear them up with only 2 minutes left. They'd have to score 1 goal over 30 seconds, not out of the question.
So close.
They're all committing again, too. Oh, there goes J-Doubles. Yeah, oh my goodness.
It's not done yet. He's sitting midfield. I mean, to be fair, you're 4-0.
I mean, yeah, you have to, you know, push all your chips in and hope for the best. But it just
he loses based off the boost again. And Woody will pick up the hat trick. A devastating 5th goal for the side of Bonsai. Still not out yet, but the window itself has got one of those double locks on it. They're putting a padlock on it too.
The shades are drawn.
Ones, but I don't know if they can crack the code with the minute 30 left.
Yeah, the timer is ticking. It's going to be a hugely tall, or especially they have to go all in at this point, but it means if they make a mistake here, then it's pretty much out of the, it's no longer able to do anything as Ethan, trying to make a goal there, bounces it off the backboard. J-Doubles now is going to play it off the wall to get the clear. Nicely done as Ethan elevates up. Pip Dip, I like Aoka kind of pushing Pip Dip out of the way there to get back the control of the soccer ball and side control as well.
J-Doubles doing what they can to get themselves in the passing lanes and being that combatant. 45 seconds and 5 goals though. The curtains weren't closed. They are surely being drawn right now. Pip Dip looking for a breakaway, finds an opportunity. We met with opposition in the corner and another fantastic defense slash lob combo. I mean, we've highlighted when it comes to getting that full clear, that's going to be your best chance of success for defenses because you get that ball as physically as possible away from your goal.
I think we've gone past best chance of success and mainly no chance of success right now because
they're going to need to do some meditation after this one.
Yeah. You know, sit under their own tree and just, you know, chi, balance the chi. You know, just. Alrighty, that's going to do it for this one, and I just have to say, as we get into the stats, it's not going to be pretty in terms of shots on goal here.
Don't look. Everyone look away.
You know what? We don't even need to see that. You know, that was just very much in favor of New Year's same claps there. Well, the USO offers so many great opportunities to compete in esports and gaming. To name a few, the USO Experiences, Invitationals, NFL Salute to Service Madden Qualifiers, and the USO Commanders Cup, with top teams from all 6 service branches competing for one title. More information is available at battlefy.com/the USO. Let's take a look at the standings now. New Year's same claps are going to be moving on to Valor right now. Reese's Pieces eliminated in just 2 games.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm personally responsible for this.
You called them out.
I picked a team that I enjoyed the name of, and I've cursed you, and I'm sorry.
Well, that is a very interesting kind of bracket that's shaping out here. We'll have to see how everything turns out. But for right now, I think it's going to be a good time to take a little bit of a break. We'll be right back to see how the lower bracket turns out. We'll catch you right after this break. Please stay tuned.
Toodles.
A strong America is a force for good in the world, and the strength of our military is paramount to that mission. Wherever they go, the USO is there to keep our service members connected to everything that gives meaning to their service: family, home, and country. The USO is trusted to support our service members on all 7 continents. With more than 200 locations, Home for Our Troops is as close as the nearest USO center or program. The USO provides critical programming, connecting with service members and their families millions of times each year. From the moment they swear an oath, new recruits are welcomed by the USO's family of staff and volunteers.
I'm here to witness my son swearing in. It's nice to have basically a liaison to help people so they aren't as nervous of what their children are going to go through.
Separation and constant movement are an ever-present challenge for service members and their loved ones. The USO keeps military families strong, providing connection home and events for families and couples.
From the little Christmas events for the kids, or like we had a date night, the USO has given us time, not only together, time with our children, and things to do.
When troops are deployed, the USO provides a home away from home to help bridge the distance. On the front lines, a care package, a phone call home, comfort food, a familiar song, or a moment to relax can mean everything. When their military service to the nation is complete, the USO connects transitioning veterans with resources in their new communities and helps them plan for their next chapter.
We spend most of our time servicing the country, that when it's time to get out, we're usually behind the curve a little. The USO has come in and kind of get us a leg up on that transition so we can make the best move into a second career.
We are the USO, the force behind the forces. Go to uso.org to learn more.
Some missions don't take a holiday. Some work must go on. Standing guard, keeping the peace, lending a hand. This is our chance to lend one back. There are more than 1 million active duty service members stationed around the world, and this holiday season, hundreds of thousands of them will remain on duty. On the water, on patrol, away from home. Now more than ever, they need your help to bridge the distance to family, home, and country. So this year, as you celebrate your favorite traditions, take a moment to send a piece of home to our nation's heroes, because even the smallest gesture can lighten the load. Be a force behind the forces. Visit uso.org/holidays to send the gift of home to our service members.
Welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. We're here today for the USO Zoom and Shoot Finals, powered by Geico Military. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join through their assignments, then deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO is always by their side. We're graced again for this USO event by the amazing Jared Baratel Castiglione as my co-caster. I am Jacob Jim Mountain Palmer, calling all of the action for you tonight. Oh yeah. Baratel, looking at that opening bracket, unfortunately your chosen team for the beginning Reese's Pieces has fallen by the wayside.
Piece by piece they were torn apart, I would assume.
But now we kind of get to see how the winner's bracket is shaping up. We got a lot of great teams playing right now. This Valor team, I'm very interested in seeing just how overall that they are doing in terms of how much they're advancing through the bracket. So we are just going to get into the next match as soon as we can. Looking in the lower bracket, we've also got Foggy and Capital are going to be battling out, as well as Bonsai after kind of falling apart in game Game 2 of the winner's semifinal is going to have to face off the Warriors to make their way back to the finals in the lower bracket.
And since we also see Foggy being kind of swept up by Valor, facing up against Capital, the team we saw in the first kind of initial breakthrough. We just get into this Valor versus Foggy will turn into watching things kind of emerge. Got the high graphics on this one, looks like. So many polygons.
Yeah, it is nice there.
It's Spooky. No, it's Spooky the player. Reese looks for an opportunity, goes for a little bit of slow dribble, gets himself the aggression into the corner. Tenarg? Is that how that's going to work?
Tenarg, yeah, I think so. But Spooky, which is a lot easier to pronounce, is going to be getting the first goal there. Very nice shot, kind of dunked right into the goal.
And that was more of, that wasn't one of the kind of big team plays. It was more of, that was able to be secured. It's Spooky going for a solo dribble, goes for the 1v1 outplay, and then it was just capitalized on by Tenarg. Kazi looks to try and get themselves in position. Tenarg looking for another slide. And the defense looks like they were just maybe a little bit slow on the rotation back there.
Yeah, it was Musty who had to rotate to the back post. Wasn't quick enough there to defend. So right now, Valor looking very explosive. Tenarg is going to elevate up, pass it over, and Spooky is already there to pass back to Tenarg there.
Must looking like an opportunist here, trying to find an angle there on the side lane, but not able to find anything beyond that. Reese and Tenarg, the duo in tandem, looking for something, but cannot get the breakaway nor the open goal.
I have to wonder if Valor, because Tenarg, like I said, with the shark on his head, USO, we have a whole bunch of, military members competing here. So I have to wonder, Coast Guard or Navy, and remember, USO also serves, we've had European Cups as well. So whatever, military branch they're a part of, something to do with water, maybe.
Jim, have you ever heard of space sharks?
Space sharks?
It's a space force.
I don't even want to think about that right now. I have to keep my mind focused on the action.
Dang it.
And
distract you.
Oh, and Spooky is going to get demoed there, make it a little bit harder for Valor to defend. They're trying to look for their clear. As Reese is going to try to play it past two. He does, and since he plays it past two, it's just going to flick it up and over and into the goal.
Reese with the straight style points here. Sorry, Kazi, it's a tough look. You're running parallel to an offending car. That's going to be a tough call for anybody to try and beat that one out. But Reese with the style showing up that, not all this game's about the sky. Sometimes you can just stay on the ground and kind of get that 1v1 in success. It's look at that! And it's another one. 4-0. And it's only been 2 minutes, Gem Mountain. This is, the casting dust is a very powerful artifact in history. You say things with certainty, and assuredly the most opposite will happen. But would this possibly be our first double-digit game?
Could very well be. They're definitely on pace for it. Is Tenarg going to get another shot off the crossbar? Follow-up from Reese is going to play it past Kazi there. I think double-digit might be a little bit too much to ask for, especially if they swap over to more passive strategy now of just kind of resting on their 4-goal lead and running out the timer.
That doesn't seem like the Valor way to approach things, right? Oh, the crossbar! Nice save there. Spooky will be the recipient of this pass, but will be overrun by the stampeding members from this Foggy team. Find themselves in the corner, full boost, going for the triple reset.
I'm not sure they were the ones stampeding. One of their members just got demoed. It seems like Valor is the one that's stampeding them.
Mufasa moment right there. Sad. Rest in peace, Mufasa.
Okay. Here goes Reese, trying to push it around the corner.
Spooky misses the 1v1 there. Reese trying to get the ball on the ground. It's just bouncing too much right now for the Valor squad, unfortunately. As they bounce it closer towards the goal, off the corner, off the side, and through the tire. Reese will find one. He says, you know what? I'm tired of playing on the ground. Let me see what I can do up in the air. Oh, I can just score whenever I want to. Interesting.
Especially since two of the members of Foggy had no boost, so they really couldn't compete with him up in the air.
50-50, goes by the way of
Foggy.
Ends up winning out this time, but it goes into the wheels of Spooky, and he's doing triple reset here with no contesting, and that will be a hat trick given on over to Valor. The goal of the double-digit game is still live.
3 taps does the trick, and that is it for Valor, going to 6-0 in this fight. 1 minute, 41 seconds left on the timer. Reese is going to go chasing after around the corner, sets it up.
So good.
Oh, unfortunately for Foggy, double commit right in front of their own goal, too. Seems like they are struggling a bit here.
Yeah, I mean, even if Valor plays sloppy, which they don't have any indication of doing so, it's still 6 goals in under a minute and a half. Kazi looking to just maintain possession of the ball. Denard willing to just rip that away whenever they want to. The pass back.
Wow.
Towards the center field and up in the air. Who is it? It's Spooky. But they missed the waterfall kick in. Oh, but they're not done yet. They're keeping the ball hovering right in front of this orange goal and demanding Foggy to answer the call.
There wasn't one part of that last play that wasn't orchestrated by them perfectly. Snark trying to elevate up right in midfield. Here goes Reese, is going to push it off to the side, play off of the wall, make it a lot harder for Foggy to answer back. Just trying to pinch it in there is going to be unable to.
They're not even going for straight shots anymore. They want to pinch it off these walls as much as they can. Having fun with it. They're limit testing. 30 seconds left in this first round and 6 goals. Despite the power of the caster curse, I think we could say that this one's moving to round 2 with Valor with a big old number 1 in their W field in this best of 3.
And they may try to push it to 7, but with that clear, it's going to probably be unlikely, but still 6-0 victory is insane for Valor. Same warning I have to give last time. If we see the stats here, it's not going to be pretty for Foggy right now.
Don't do it to them. Please.
I mean, I have to see. I want to see the. Oh, don't see the stats.
Thanks, production. We love you.
I wanted to see the stats.
Oh, pull it up.
Well, this tournament is powered by the USO. USO, leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they joined through their assignments and deployments, then they transition back to their communities. The USO is always by their side. So now getting ready in this winner's semifinals to kind of a look at how everything turned out.
It's,
Yeah, I can't really. I mean, both these teams up in the upper bracket are really just kind of cruising through.
Yeah. But it's tough to say because we've seen now both Valor and New Year Same Claps show that they're pretty comfortable with the finer aspects of the game. Whether or not that kind of continued aggression and that play development from the side of Valor will reign supreme versus just maybe the fortuitous nature of New Year Same Claps. We'll have to see which one will take away the dub. As again, we're getting closer to the kind of premier stage, the finals, if you will. This is what some people call it.
Well, let's move right on in this tournament and get to the next match right now.
Ozzy here indicates that we're going into round 2 for Valor versus Foggy. I have an inkling of an idea for how this one.
Yeah.
But regardless, you know, maybe.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Being highlighted for the fact that Foggy will show something impressive enough to maybe give them.
I hope so.
The losers bracket.
The lower bracket. Thank you very much. We want to be respectful.
Bracket, sorry.
Here goes Reese, going to corral that around to try to play it off of the wall there. Thar keeping the play alive. Just some very impressive mid-air dribbling, trying to waterfall it down into the goal. It's not going to be able to get the goal. Oh, Spooky rotating back very fast to be able to prevent from being scored on.
Nice pass, double pass, the triple. No, not needed, just the 1-2 punch. And Spooky will yet again strike first blood in this do-or-die round here for Foggy. At least for the winner side of it. Guys, you know, with the amount of accuracy Spooky has, I think it's so befitting that his goal kind of fires off a shot. There does ricochet, though, I guess, in the sound. Doesn't matter, though. That one's tried and true. That one's not going anywhere, but in the goal and a quick 2-0 lead. That are continuing this momentum from last round.
Again, they just have way more boosts than the players on the ground. They can't answer back or elevate up, and that leads to easy goals for Valor. Now the next kickoff is going to be pinched up to the side, actually. It's Spooky going to elevate up, go again for the star play.
Don't let this man do this again to you guys. You got to continue to be competitive.
Look at that. Reese also with the boost starving from Foggy. It's making it very hard for them to make any sort of play.
It's important to be combative over the position of the ball.
See?
And Tenark will find another one because, again, they're able to be up in the air.
Yep.
It's also important to be combative over this boost. Because if you can find a team to be on defense, they only have so much room, so much real estate to work with, and there's only so many nodes of boost. As on the offense, on the attacking side, you have the whole field to work with. Is that going to go in? Okay. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that wouldn't have been a surprise.
It looked like it would.
Kazi trying to make a play here, but it seems like Valor, it's like they don't leave open goals for themselves because they're so fast around the field that they can rotate around when you wouldn't expect them to. Yeah,
I mean, that is a really key aspect of Rocket League is oftentimes the team that plays faster has a lot more to do. Nice
demo right in front.
Opportunity, man advantage. Not that it's needed at this point, but Valor continuing to flex a little bit and stretch the defense of this Foggy team thin. It's Spooky on the ground. No resets, no rotations from him. He'll be on the offense for a little bit longer. As Tenard, as well as Reese, will be rotating back. Pushing forward, opposition, Kazi will find something. We sent scurrying, though, back on the back goal. Re-challenge up in the air, wait till it comes down on the ground. Either way, it's a bad decision, because Tenard will find the angle, bounce it over the defenders, and get a 4-0 lead in the second round of the best of 3.
Yeah, Valor, it's just, you can't really say anything more. It's just their Tenard really being unstoppable so far in this match.
Up in the air.
You know, I will say, Baratel, at least, even though Reese's Pieces is gone, you still have Reese on. Yeah, you still have Reese on Valor. So.
And Valor is the team that sent Reese's Pieces to the second chance bracket, the lower bracket. So if they win, it's very presumptuous. If they win, I, by vicarious nature, win as well.
Oh, that's a very fancy vocabulary.
They say if you lose to a team,
vicarious.
You hope that the team that defeated you wins, so that way you lost to the team that wins, right?
I'm going to work out with your I'm just going to go along with your logic and assume it's flawless.
It's difficult to argue, because sometimes it doesn't even make sense to me.
Well, right now, Valor, you can't argue against their performance. Spooky is just going to try for another dunk right into the goal. Musty able to push it off to the side, but the side control unstoppable from Valor. Just basically been playing in just one half of the arena all the way through.
We continue to cut and pan to these players as they're zooming through all the possible boosts that Foggy could have had.
I know,
if it were not for them being existing.
I guess that just shows why it's so important to boost starve.
Right, true. Side control does end up.
Oh, unfortunately.
Breakaway opportunity for Foggy, though. And there's no one on defense just yet. But they slide in because they're just so fruitful in this boost that they can do whatever they want.
And I didn't quite like the way that clear was gotten to. It was a double commit from Foggy. But Valor also double committed to save there. We have 5 goals in just a little over a minute left. Really not that much time to really score 5 goals.
Yeah.
I think Valor most likely has this all done with.
Demolition, centering pass by Musty. Centering pass, unfortunately though, for It's Spooky. Give him the hat trick, although he's too scary to wear one. And they'll continue the 6-0 dominant performance as the first round. You know what they say, Jim Mountain?
What do they say?
I reject your reality and substitute my own. The reality of the situation.
I appreciate the I actually do very much appreciate that reference. That's a good reference.
Thank you.
Right now, here goes Reese trying to stop any sort of play from Musty. Just a nice little flick over toward off the wall. Chenard rotates in. Reese instead goes up to demonstrate Kazi toward the goal. They're trying to open it up for Valor. Not that they necessarily need another goal right now since they're already in the lead here. 30 seconds left, probably the most landslidey game of the night so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And you gotta wonder whether or not New Year St. Clops is watching this and trying to decipher the formula of success for Valor right now.
Yeah, because Valor definitely looks like the team to beat.
Yeah, the way they're performing, it may just be like disparity between the skills of the players and a skill gap, but I don't know. Valor taking this with commanding force. Definitely the highlight in the team.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Now that's what I meant when I said it wasn't going to be pretty.
You showed it, production. They have
80% shots on goal for Valor. Just incredible.
That's insane.
Very insane performance
Nice
from
side
Valor.
control.
Yep. Well, this tournament has been powered by Geico Military. It's been a partner of the USO since 1997, providing support to military service members and their families throughout their time in service. Thank you, Geico Military, for being a force behind the forces.
Thank you.
Taking a look at the bracket, no real surprise there. Valor moving on to fight New Year's Same Claps in the winners final. It's like you said, Barito, New Year's Same Claps has to really be thinking about what they have to do to fight against Valor. Been such an unstoppable team. So we're going to head into the winners finals as soon as we can. See who, at least in the winter finals, is going to be guaranteeing them at least first or second place in terms of these prizes again.
Yeah,
so
that's true. When it comes down to it, it's a matter of, no, the name's not up there, guys. We're fine. We're seeing, oh my gosh, Woody striking first blood, and this is the first goal we've seen put against this Valor team.
I
So
mean,
they can't lead them.
start yourself on the right foot, I suppose. You know, just stop Valor's hopes before they can. New Year's Same Claps doing a very good job.
That was within 3 seconds. A nice 50-50 gone awry. Valor hopes not to make many more mistakes like that moving forward. Chenard continuing up that air pressure. Goes for the upside down carry, but it's not enough. As New Year's St. Clops realizes maybe a good defense is the best option against this team.
Yeah, you can just stop that landslide of goals before they start from Valor. They try to get their clear. You don't want to leave an open goal against Valor. Ethan rotating in there is quick enough, in fact. Ioka taking the back post, going to wait to see. Woody pass it over to Ethan, and some beautiful accuracy over toward the corner is going to take some boost away. From Valor.
A little too hard. Is it enough?
It is, indeed.
That's 2 goals, 2 shots from Woody here on the side of New Year's St. Clops, and maybe a little bit too premature. But at least New Year's St. Clops has some idea about this formula for success against this Valor team. We go into another face-off kick. We'll go in favor of Valor. But what can they do with it? Reese, we haven't seen go for these dribble 1v1. They can't beat him. Oh my God! Almost a 3rd goal, almost instantaneously. But demolitions of plenty will be given out. And Reese looks for an open goal, but cannot find one, as Ioka is now in prime position for defense.
Valor doesn't have too much boost right now to defend here. We see now it's Spooky fresh, picking up the boost, going to starve it away from, pick up his own boost, actually make sure New Year's St. Clops can't claim that. Ethan now is going to try to elevate up. It's just way too high for him to get it, though. Able to center it, sort of. Ethan winning that 50-50, leaving it for Woody off of the wall. Reese and another member of Valor were just in the goal there, making it very hard. They basically have 2 goalies right now.
Woody getting another full gauge of boost, though. We see this.
Oh, beautifully played.
Deny the boost from the boost deniers, and they'll get themselves a 3-0 lead on a team that we thought were immortal.
Reese had already committed there. It's just playing it back past him, and there's no backup. New Year's Same Claps definitely living up to their name here. So the next kickoff goes in favor of Valor. That could be, no, Aoka was just waiting right back there to answer it back, center it up for Ethan, and get another goal, of course.
All right, it's a race to see who gets the first hat trick, I guess, for the team New Year's St. Cloud. Both 2 scores apiece.
I'm actually very surprised they're this consistent. I know I didn't sound surprised there. I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to continue this sentence like, of course they're going to get the goal, but it's not going to work out that way because it never works out that way.
Never.
But New Year's St. Cloud's found a way to actually make it work.
Yeah.
So.
Woody looking for the back post defense. Finds himself using the boost very, very articulately and gets himself the corner boot. It's almost like Valor forgot how to play the last.
Yeah, their strategy used against them.
Boost at all.
And they're going to get demoed as well. It's Spooky. Woody going to play it around him. Now Reese, but Ethan was waiting right there. The side control, kind of the mirror image of what we saw in Valor's last game. Oh, but Spooky able to elevate up, get a nice clear there, but Ethan's waiting in the corner to answer that back and just does.
The dribble.
Wow, that's really insane.
He's up in the air, loses that combat as well, but 1-for-1 and getting your team in prime position to get the pressure on. Forcing Reese to go backwards without any boost. The pressure is unrelenting, but a final breakaway will give some brevity for Valor. As they will break away. No, not for long. Reese looking for an air opportunity. Will be challenged and defeated as Sinar tries to find an angle, but again, thwarted every instant. This New Year's St. Cloud's team so far has got the defense on lockdown.
Now Aoka trying to stop them midfield. Both Reese and Spooky committing to that to push it up the field. But they're not too successful in that. New Year trying to get...
It just falls to the earth. Aoka trying to find anything open goal. Oh, no! It's Spooky will find an opportunity, a tiny chip in the armor. And it's because of what?
Yeah, Woody having no boost.
And yeah, Woody no boost to get themselves in position for defense. 1-4, 130 on
You
the
should
board.
have learned, at least from the first half of this game, seeing how you had boost and Valor didn't, how important it is that you should have some.
Right. Keep it in your back pocket. Looks like he's already out again.
He likes playing on the edge. He likes living dangerously.
He's going for these risky 1v1 challenges for the boost on the side of Valor. The one thing that got them in such a commanding lead last time we saw them.
That's a very nice play from Valor. They're trying to even this up. They're only going to have a minute, though, to get 3 goals, not out of the realm of possibility, but...
Goodness, it's just hanging there! Using everything that they got in their tanks to thwart it away. Only Snarg having themselves over 50% boost and barely getting scrapped here. This New Year's St. Cloud's team is doing such a great job finding these angles, and now Aoka will find a score of their own. Each player on the team getting a goal. 5-1, 50 seconds. That's a tall order. It's like when someone comes through the drive-thru and they get like 300 chicken nuggets or something. It's a big
just
order.
Insurmountable.
There's a clear path to victory. It's just not a very easy one.
It's just that there's a million chicken nuggets in its way, is what you're saying.
Chicken nuggets, a mountain of chicken nuggets.
All right, now it's Spooky trying to push it. A little bit of a back pass toward their own goal there. They're not going to pay for it, but it was a little bit scary there, watching that.
Does New Year's St. Cloud relent? I don't think so. They can't keep this pressure off, not for the sake of the score, but for the sake of the mental.
Yeah.
It's a very momentum-based.
You keep the pedal to the floor, you know?
Exactly. You're not going forward. Are you really playing Rocket League?
10 seconds left. Not really any time for Valor. I can't see them getting 4 goals, so all it has to do is hit the ground when the timer hits 0. And New Year's St. Cloud's going to be looking into match point and a very formidable performance there.
We thought that these two teams were titans, and to be fair, the series is not over.
Yeah, it's not over, but if you're looking at these stats...
Looking at this, I thought we were watching Valor versus...
I know, what happened here? Valor just... It was completely differently last time. It was a mirror image.
It may show 42 to 58% side control, but if there was a parameter for boost control, it's like 70-30.
I mean, in terms of side control, if you're at 60%, that's really good, you know? 60% is a very dominant game.
Yeah,
so
you're encroaching upon their territory, shrinking it, and they have nowhere to move. And, you know, the thing about defense in Rocket League is you can continue to make these epic saves. You can slide in at the very last second to thwart the ball from going in the goal. But there's always, without any shadow of a doubt, a moment where the amount of pressure of that relentless offense that the defense will always break, without a doubt.
Well, we'll see if Valor can't gain their footing in the second match out of 3. Still a very tall order for them, but not out of the realm of possibility. So let's get to it. Second game in this best of 3, Valor versus New Year's St. Claps. And it's going to be very hard to put a dent in it, but I would say, you know, maybe get a goal off of that initial kickoff, get a little bit of, you know, your morale moving in the right way.
Right.
And Valor, I think, can still answer back here.
I must feel like that initial kickoff goal really put Valor in a weird mental state, because we didn't see Tanar, we didn't see Reese or It's Spooky go for any 1v1 challenges for dribbling or anything. So if that's the case, they need to keep themselves mentally assured and continue to try and just outskill your opponents. Looks like a shot on goal, dribbling one attack. Aoka goes for a clear into the center. Reese struggling to get the ball in possession, will be kind of tumbled and bumbled around. Double commit up in the air. Reese trying to answer the ball. Ethan in the backside, going back toward the corner of Valor's field to get the 100 boost. Little risky play, but it could be one that pays off. Just dangling there. And someone will flick it in like a booger, and Ethan will get the first blood in the second round.
Way to make a very nice play sound unappealing all of a sudden.
Good job, baby.
Yeah, great job there. Perfectly aimed in the left corner, making it bounce over. Very slow, easy for Ethan to pick up and follow through. On the next kickoff, we're almost a minute in, and New Year's St. Claps, same performance, same dominance. Zayoka trying to elevate up, and Spooky is going to beat them toward it as Reese heads back. It's going to be It's Spooky. Tenart there trying to set it up off the backboard for a goal. Woody going to be credited with the save there. Now elevating up, Ioka beats them to it. And Woody, Reese trying to get the goal there. That would have been, it's very hard though when the ball has that much verticality to aim it.
Yeah, and now we have to start calling in the questionable trait we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, adaptability. Valor will continue to see them go for these triple commits, but they don't have the resources to do so. So at that point, do you consider maybe trying to do better about controlling these boosts? Or do you always have someone in back post?
I mean, that is a very interesting point in that Valor's whole strategy, you know, the plays that they're setting up, it works out great for them when they have the boost like we saw in their previous match against Foggy. But in this point, when New Year's St. Claps is able to equal them and drain all of their resources, then does the strategy fall apart and you have to play maybe a little bit more traditionally in having someone to defend.
My gosh. Aoki getting 2 challenges and beating them both out. Pass it up to Woody, who goes on the wall like a spider and holds the ball for his teammates to get in position. Unfortunately, nothing came to fruition, but a nice play regardless. Shot on goal, bouncing forward. Doing that with 2 defenders. Ethan will get demoed. Got himself a save, shot on goal opportunity.
I mean, to Ethan's credit, I mean, to Valor's credit, excuse me, stat-wise, they're ahead in shots on goal right now. But New Year's St. Claps, look at that. They have 5 saves right there. I mean, they talk about Valor having to defend their goal. It's been New Year's St. Claps with the ironclad defense here.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of these goals we saw right there, going high up on the wall behind the goal itself and using that crossbar to the defense of this New Year's St. Claps team. We're not seeing that deadly accuracy we saw from Valor against this Foggy team. And again, could be nerves, don't know what it is. It is just a 1-point lead, but 3 minutes have gone off the clock.
2 minutes left here. Tenart waiting for the play from Spooky. Is actually going to rotate out of the way. They're trying to leave it for Reese, but it just, they rotated up. Yep.
Well, look at the position of all these players. No one is near position.
Right.
For not even Aoka. Well, for Aoka, who is in pretty much dead center field. But even more importantly, Woody, who is on the aggressive side of this Valor curve.
Yeah, that's the question. That's the question I had to ask for: is who exactly was Valor setting the play up for there? The other 2 members were right behind him when he was setting that up. They weren't anywhere near where the ball. It was just a pass over to where New Year's St. Claps was.
And I mean, it seems like their opportunity, their strategy is just to kind of bully their way to the net, but it is not working against this New Year's St. Claps team. They got 2 goals to do and to make up for even get it to overtime.
Oh.
Minute 15, making 3 goals. That's a scary, scary man, Aoka, right now.
Yeah.
And again, where's the defense?
Yeah.
At this point, the call is just to say, someone back post, someone back post. Not only do you prevent those easy goals from going in, but you're also denying New Year's St. Claps from getting your boost.
Yeah, that is true. And, well, Valor has a good amount of boost right now to try to make a play happen. Ethan's going to get a little bit of a tap on that. Now Ioka back over to Woody with 1 minute left. Woody's going to try to play it around. Is able to play it around. Nice demo from Ternardville, but it's not going to put a damper on New Year's St. Claps.
I thought the play was done, but no, he's like, I'm going to float here. You're about to the end. I'm just gonna be here. Look at right now, just the boost differential between these two teams. Insane.
Well, not right now because they're
not right now. You said it. I pointed out the wrong time.
Just 5 seconds. 5 seconds too late there. Look at the boost difference. They're all the same.
Exactly the same.
Is this a mental puzzle? Is there some sort of hidden answer here that I'm not? Well, here goes Ethan looking onward as it's Spooky tries to push it past midfield, but Woody's just going to continue the play and set it up. Spooky able to pick up their own boost. That is good, as Ethan now is going to push it over to midfield, over to Ioka, who gets the hat trick. You know,
it's sad to see Valor. However, I feel like they can play at this level, but they're in their own heads. You can see them be completely submissive to these challenges by the side of New Year's St. Clap.
I do have to say, for Ioka, I think his gamer tag is a bit lying to us, okay? I don't think he has anything that he needs to learn in terms of mid-air control.
Air roll, right?
I'm new, okay? I'm new.
I haven't seen him air roll to the right in a long time. Oh, no, man.
See, he's got it.
He's learning actively.
You never stop learning is the true thing here. Well, with 10 seconds left, it looks very well like New Year's St. Claps has this all wrapped up.
Yeah. Oh, just the period on the top. Oh, my goodness.
They don't want to upset that 6-0 streak that they're having.
True, yeah, true. They want to say, oh, Valerie, you can score 6 goals in a round, so can we. You know, I thought this was going to be a little bit more evenly matched, but, you know, it's tough to say.
Yeah.
I can't. We know mechanically what went wrong for Valor, but I feel like it's not something that should have happened.
Well, they're not out of it yet. They're going to go down to the lower
true.
bracket, get a little bit of time to reframe their minds.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this tournament is powered by Geico Military. Geico Military has been a partner of the USO since 1997, providing support to military service members and their families throughout their time in service. Thank you, Geico Military, for being a force behind the forces. Let's get a quick update on the standings. Yeah. We're going to see how everything shaked up. And New Year's St. Clap's going to be guaranteed to move on to the grand finals. That means that they've guaranteed them at least a second place showing in terms of the goodies. So they've guaranteed themselves some prize here. So that's nice for them. Valor's going to have a little bit of time to kind of reframe their strategy. We'll see how they work. Looks like we're going to be joining back with Foggy and Capital next to see who wins that and goes on to face Bonsai. But we're not done. We'll take a short break and come back with more action in the USO Zoom and Shoot Finals, powered by Geico Military. We'll be right back after these messages.
A strong America is a force for good in the world, and the strength of our military is paramount to that mission. Wherever they go, the USO is there to keep our service members connected to everything that gives meaning to their service: family, home, and country. The USO is trusted to support our service members on all 7 continents. With more than 200 locations, home for our troops is as close as the nearest USO center or program. The USO provides critical programming, connecting with service members and their families millions of times each year. From the moment they swear an oath, new recruits are welcomed by the USO's family of staff and volunteers.
I'm here to witness my son swearing in. It's nice to have basically a liaison to help people so they aren't as nervous of what their children are going to go through.
Separation and constant movement are an ever-present challenge for service members and their loved ones. The USO keeps military families strong, providing connection home and events for families and couples.
From the little Christmas events for the kids, or like we had a date night, the USO has given us time, not only together, time with our children, and things to do.
When troops are deployed, the USO provides a home away from home to help bridge the distance. On the front lines, a care package, a phone call home, comfort food, a familiar song, or a moment to relax can mean everything. When their military service to the nation is complete, the USO connects transitioning veterans with resources in their new communities and helps them plan for their next chapter.
We spend most of our time servicing the country that when it's time to get out, we're usually behind the curve a little. The USO has come in and kind of get us a leg up on that transition so we can make the best move into a second career.
We are the USO, the force behind the forces. Go to USO.org to learn more.
Some missions don't take a holiday. Some work must go on. Standing guard, keeping the peace, lending a hand. This is our chance to lend one back. There are more than 1 million active duty service members stationed around the world, and this holiday season, hundreds of thousands of them will remain on duty. On the water, on patrol, away from home. Now more than ever, they need your help to bridge the distance to family, home, and country. So this year, as you celebrate your favorite traditions, take a moment to send a piece of home to our nation's heroes, because even the smallest gesture can lighten the load. Be a force behind the forces. Visit USO.org/holidays to send the gift of home to our service members.
Welcome back to the Boise State Esports Arena. We are here today for the USO Zoom and Shoot Finals powered by Geico Military. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve the men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they join through their assignments and developments and as they transition back to their communities, the USO has always been by their side. I'm your host, Jacob Jem Palmer, joined by Jared Baratel Castiglione. Give us a kind of an update, Baratel. As we can see, we just finished watching the winners finals as New Year's Same Claps went up against Team Valor. Unfortunately, Team Valor sort of fell by the wayside, looking a little bit more like Team Instinct at this time, but they'll have some time to kind of have some time to regroup and get back. And now we're going to go back into the lower bracket, see who will be joining New Year's Same Claps, starting off with, it looks like, Foggy versus Capital.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We saw Foggy really have a tough time against Valor, but Capital's a different team, you know.
And we don't really have a sense of what Foggy can do because, you know, Valor, when they went... they really didn't get to play the game because Valor did such a good job boost starving them. And we haven't seen Capital at all, basically, at this point. So, but when you had... They had a tough first-round matchup. I mean, going up against New Year's Same Claps. So could be a bunch of talent here that we haven't seen yet. So I'm very excited. Give you an idea of how this is going to work. Again, 8 teams in double elimination format. 3v3 soccer. It's going to be best of 3 in the bracket and grand finals with a bracket reset. So whoever goes up against New Year's Same Class will have to win 2 series in a row in order to claim. Of course, we don't want to leave out the prizing that these players have. And to get to those prizes, we'll get to the prizes soon, but to get to the prizes, you have to play well. And that's where Doc's keys to the games comes in. Rocket League, that's create mistake, punish overcommits, play off the walls better, and demo to get goals. We've seen a good amount of that. Doc's Keys to the Game brought to you by Geico Military. Geico Military has been a proud sponsor of the USO since 1997. All right. Now to get to the prizes I was talking about. Remember, first place will get what we're calling the streaming bundle. Those are going to be 3 Razer Kaio webcams, 3 Razer Siren Elite microphones, 3 Razer Ripsaw HD capture cards as well. Everything you need to get going. Second place is going to be the Look Good, Play Good bundle. 3 Razer Anzu sunglasses and 3 Razer Barracuda X headsets. And then third place will get the Hit Your Flicks bundle, 3 Razer Death Adder V2 Pro mice, and 3 Razer Gigantus 3XL mouse pads.
Those are all cool. Those are such great products, too.
Which means, you know, like we were saying,
you got to win.
Yeah. You got to win. New Year's Same Clap's already guaranteed the Look Good, Play Good bundle. But right now we're going to see these teams want to still try their chance to have first place. And so we're going to see how Capital and Foggy work out here. Our first time seeing Capital of the night.
Oh, the Plum's angry. He's got a little angry face. He's smooth trying to slide.
No, that's not an angry face. That's still a smile.
Still, like...
That's a mischievous face, yeah. We'll see how well he can be mischievous here if he's scoring a lot of goals. JP here is going to try to push it around the corner, leave it up for Z Smooth. Unfortunately, a whiff on that. Plum trying to keep the play alive, but it's not to be. Z Smooth, though, that's a great follow-up there. Kazi going to be credited with the save there. Already has 2 in this game, which means Foggy desperately needs to clear.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about before. Defense so good. If you don't clear him, and Z-Smooth will find an angle and get that cloud raining down, some precious goal points for them.
Yeah, that's just what we say and how side control leads to goals here. You just keep pelting them with shots on goal, and eventually one's going to get through.
You got to invest in a defense, yes. You stop the goal from going in, that's fine and dandy, but is it worthy? Is it a worthy defense? Is it a boomer, is what they call it, by shooting it across the entire map? I mean, we're still left.
Oh, we actually do have a Rule 1 here on the field as well.
Don't break it. Don't you dare.
So have a bit of 2-on-2 right now, as that Rule 1 is being honored.
I respect it. Yes! Yes! All right. I'm a satisfied person.
JP setting it up for Plum, trying to get it through, but Musty is going to get a great clear onto the open goal.
Okay.
Foggy equalizes it.
Well, that's detrimental. I mean, yes, you want the goal because you have a 2 versus 2. And I guess the end result is definitely getting yourself equalized in terms of score. But now you reset the 1v1. The Rule 1 is now ruined.
3 minutes.
Again, right?
3 minutes, 29 seconds. The ball is still in midfield. Plum with just a nice little tap there.
Nice. JP looking for an opportunity as well. Corner pass. Anyone to back it up? There were both team members there, actually. Plum re-rotating back in. Not a lot of boots to do anything with now. But continuing up. Nice full send to the corners. This is kind of something we had criticized Foggy about before. So if they keep this up, they will be able to turn these away as much as they can get themselves a hold on the ball. Z-Smooth looking for something. Actually gets beat to the 100 boost, I believe. Oh, I think he actually got knocked into it. Regardless, a nice shot. And Plum somehow finds the Thunder. He slides back in past the defender. JP going for a bump of sorts? No, it's just going to be a bounce. And just a misread or no boost to get themselves into that corner. Those corner shots are very difficult to defend.
There goes Z Smooth back toward the goal, is going to ground it. JP getting a little bit of a touch there. Plum off to the left, trying to set it up to Z Smooth, and it works out.
Goodness. The alley-oop reigns supreme, and you know, we see Foggy kind of struggling and scurrying, panicked here. 3 members in the actual net, but no one able to get themselves up in the air to block it. At that point, when you just like stack yourself upon your teammates, 3 cars.
Well, it's been 3 goals for Capital, 1 for each player, so they've been spreading that out pretty well.
Continue to spread out the defense here from Foggy as well. Delhi cannot get this full.
Man, they are all bunched up there.
They are, yeah. No one has like a clear goal on how to defend. And again, the pass up to a zooming JP. It's almost like there's no chance. No chance to defend. Delhi didn't have any boost and couldn't get himself up in the air in time. The faster Rocket League player so far is Capital.
Here goes Z Smooth. Nah, he's just gonna.
Radio station.
His radio. Coming to you live, you know.
Coming to you live from Rocket League Arena.
KSMH. K Smooth.
K Smooth. Looking for another opportunity. Going up in the air. Nice twists as well.
Plum.
This time passing it to Precious Plum. And that mischievous face is showing that it's earned. It's an earned title to have the devil face. Little trickster kind of guy.
Oh yeah, well they're definitely living up to JP's name here. They are out for blood. You know, with a name like that, I just have to wonder what their military occupations actually are. Not saying they are one, but I know when someone has the spirit of an 11 Bravo, and they are out for blood.
Their MS is communications.
But they are fighting like the fiercest warriors.
True. And again, I mean, not only do you have a little bit of bragging rights, you know, there are a lot of branches like to jab fun at each other, but you're actually
the best actually. Well, actually, I think you bring up a great thing there. You know, the branches always kind of like to pick fun at each other, but the best kind of metaphor I found for that is like they're all like siblings, like they'll poke fun at each other, but they always have each other's backs.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was a very nice way of putting it.
100%.
Yeah, no matter which branch you are, we all appreciate you for your service. Z Smooth definitely appreciating that goal he just got, making it a Brazil 7-1.
Goodness. I mean, and to be fair, it's off these plays. They're finding angles where either Foggy's not comfortable defending or is physically incapable of defending these shots. We have a minute 15 left in this first round and 6 goals for Foggy to make up. In contrast to the last time we saw Foggy, though, they do have a point to their name. But that doesn't do much for you in the game of Rocket League. Oh my goodness. Oh, he's helping.
JP getting the hat trick there.
Was this a defense?
Solo play?
Is this defense or is that some help?
I'm not sure.
It's tough to say.
Yeah, I'm not sure what was happening there. It seems like the rest of Capital was just kind of hanging back there, so something's going on here.
Something
untoward.
Up on the ceiling, looking for maybe some wall defense.
They're just letting JP play by, just go solo here.
JP, just go, dude. Just go.
Yeah, it looks like they're just in a mood. Yeah.
Just air resetting and doing nothing.
I mean, I can understand for this, you know, you want to keep having a good mood, you know, when it's been this much of a landslide, you know, Team Foggy, you don't want to get too tilted by it. So I can see them just taking a moment in this final minute to sort of, you know, maybe practice a few shots, get back in the zone, and just reset it. You know, you always want to start every match like it's, you know, 0-0. You know, it's even when every new match starts. So go into game number 2, get your mind all set, leave Capital with the win here, and we'll be back to fight in the next game, which will be very soon after this.
While I agree with you, it is always fun to play devil's advocate. I think, oh my God. Oh what? No, Gem Mountain.
Oh no!
I can't even look at it. It hurts.
Oh my goodness! My eyes!
My eyes!
Yeah, I know. I'm sure. That's just insane. That is 95-5.
95%.
But I think that shows where Foggy needs to concentrate going forward in terms of how to improve. You need to find that one clear. You know, always look for that one clear and then work from there. All it takes is one big clear. Remember, one of Doc's keys to the game is to, you know, play it off the wall. Makes it harder for the other team to just shoot it right back at you. So just work on those plays and take it one step at a time.
I feel like I just witnessed a murder.
Yeah, I don't.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah, it probably would have gone double digits, you know, if it wasn't for kind of that lull in the last minute. So
that's kind of what I wanted to highlight. Yes, you want to like keep yourself in good spirits. Totally respect that. Keep your mental game as positive as possible.
But
don't afford an opportunity for JP to continue to be on fire.
yeah.
Get involved.
And
Keep him
yeah,
bad.
and-
Keep him on a demolition cycle. Make sure he doesn't play for 30
bump and
seconds
demo
straight
to disrupt.
and do mental damage to him.
Yeah, that's an. I would definitely saying the same thing. You know, sometimes bumping and demoing the other star player can really be a great way to go forward. So we'll see how Foggy does. Even just starting with a good kickoff can be the first step. So let's go. I want to see a lot more of a competitive game here. It seems Siddell there trying to set it up.
Come on.
And goes Kazi, unable, is going to be chasing after the ball. Instead, Z Smooth trying to get the goal here. That's a great shot by Siddell there, back toward midfield. All it takes is working off of that. I like the play here, dribbling up the field. Look out for Z Smooth, though. Z's going to be looking to clear up the wall here. He's going to shoot it right over Kazi. JP, that's insane that they had no more boost left, but they were still finding a way to fly through the air.
Pull up the parachute, the hot air balloon, whatever you need to, but look at the difference now. We see this Foggy team be the ones on the aggressive side, and it's the catalyst for this is simply just clearing the ball on defense. There's an opportunity for them to do the same thing. Did not get the full clear that they maybe wanted.
I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit concerned seeing this boost differential open up.
True.
Kazi, he doesn't have any boost to kind of keep this play going. Z Smooth is going to go to the other side. Yeah.
Got Mustard
manager.
The full tank here. Shots on goal. Will it bounce in? Oh, the angle is just a little bit too wide. Kazi gets the full boost. What can they do with it? They're not. There's not a lot of resources being put into the full clear mentality right now, Jim Mountain. Plum has got to go for the mischievous face. Goes for the reset. Gets himself sliding into yet another 100 boost. He'll even afford to go back to his own corner with the boost that he's
That's
stolen
confidence.
away. Oh, no.
Oh. I gotta say, though, a lot better defense for Foggy.
Yeah, I mean,
They're kind of biding their time, waiting for their open. They were both waiting there in the goal.
sitting there. I'm sorry, guys. Like, against this.
I appreciate it, but that's not quite the way I would go forward.
It's 0-0. It may just go down to one goal situation. Who knows?
Maybe, and that's the opportunity. Ooh, unfortunately, it looks like both of them might have been trying to double commit there and kind of stopped each other, you know. So they got to find a way to make these plays better. Back in the old field, Kazi doesn't have a lot of boost at all. He's really struggling. SUV's not necessarily known for their speed, and it's kind of showing right now. But Siddell pushing it over toward the upper right corner. That's a nice attempt there.
Kazi looking for something, gets himself the boost and the defense.
That's good, you know, prevent that.
There goes the kick, but it will be interrupted midfield.
Prevent them from boost starving you.
Missy will bounce themselves into Kazi. Will it do the damage?
Whoa!
Somehow they find it still as a defense. Woo! It is getting razor thin.
All they need to do is score one goal, and everything that Capital's been doing will be all for naught. Trying to play it around C Smooth and Plum as well. They're chasing him up the field, trying to center it. Ball's just a bit too high, though. Kazi and Musty kind of waiting in the back there. Okay, that's a good setup, but JP is going to push it off to the corner. Are you ready to? Oh, Siddell just rotated up a little bit too far. Had to retreat.
Okay. Oh, the 1v1, but the power's going to be behind the kick of that of the Capital. As we get closer to the 115 mark, still no points on the board. And a tremendous effort for defense now from Foggy. Not giving up a single point just yet. Looks like they have maybe an angle for a goal. Shot on goal opportunity. Idell up in the air. Cannot get himself higher, though, than the defender from Capital.
Uh-oh.
Come careening down to the surface. Bouncing off the sidebar will not get a point, though, as we get the final 60 seconds on the board.
Look at the activity feeds. There's basically almost nothing's happened. As soon as I say that, Plum, of course, gets the goal.
How did he just... This is the... Huh?
Yeah, Kazi was waiting on the back post there, but I'm a bit curious how much boost he had there, because he...
Capital did give 4 minutes for Foggy to get themselves going.
That's a good kickoff, though. Siddell starting it off.
Ozzy looking for the defense. Oh, JP. I think I know what may have happened.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm willing to hear.
Oh, I really just think that maybe Capital said, you guys can have 4 minutes. We'll let you go."
Okay. Well, yeah, it does seem like in the final minute, Capital is just really bringing the heat here.
Pass back. Good kickoff for Foggy this time. Thumbs up in the air on those walls like a spider or fly waiting. Gonna go for a centering pass here. No, gonna rotate back out. Kazi in tandem with the rest of the team has to go for these lobs. Has to go for the booms. It's only 2 points. It's definitely not insurmountable.
Looks like we might even have a connection issue with Kazi there. Fortunately, at this point, you can't really...
I don't think there's any rule against it. It's too far in the match to
It's
reset.
too far, you know, you can't reset at this point.
10 seconds
That would
remaining.
just because you could abuse that rule, you know, in the last 5 seconds.
I disconnected.
IDC, let's play it again. I'm not saying that that's what Foggy's doing, I'm saying.
One of them's not even moving either, so I think that's the fair trade.
Yeah, that's good, that's good. I respect that. And that's the thing I have to give Capital and Foggy. They've been very sportsman-like teams.
Yeah, they
so.
give 4 minutes for the attempt. Capital, gosh, it just seems like hope.
Now, no, okay, in all fairness there's only 3 shots on goal in the activity feed, so the 100 isn't,
sure.
it doesn't tell the whole story.
To me, I was thinking,
for the
would I ever
first
see
4
something more than
minutes,
95%,
I know.
I guess.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Well, Geico Military is a proud sponsor of the USO tournament powered by Geico Military. They've been a partner with the USO since 1997, providing support to military service members and their families throughout their time in service. Thank you, Geico Military, for being a force behind the forces. As we head on to the next match, we're going to take a quick look at the bracket, see how everything stands right now. As we move on in the lower bracket, we're now going to see Bonsai, which we saw earlier, get taken out by New Year's St. Claps. They're going to have an opportunity to go up against Capital here.
Interesting, and I hope they've done their meditation because they may need it.
they might, well, but that's the thing is like Valor was 6-0 when they fought against Foggy. Then New Year's St. Claps completely turned it around on them.
Yeah.
So
But
Capital
I
was
can
6.
now understand that New Year's St. Claps did. I don't know how close it was actually between Capital and New Year's St. Claps. So I guess that's the big question mark now.
It's just a question of if the scoring gets completely flipped around from what we saw last time.
Come on, Bonsai.
Well, let's see Bonsai versus Capital in the second chance bracket, second chance semifinals as it was. Whoever wins this one is going to be going up against Valor, who fell to New Year's St. Claps in the winners finals. Here we go.
A tree versus a wing.
I don't know. It's pretty even in terms of mascots, I suppose.
That's fair.
The tree versus the sword, they're both inanimate objects.
That's true.
Which is nice. It's nice to kind of take a... oh, wow. Okay, never mind then. JP is just going to start out.
Take a look at who's in defense right now.
They were both off getting boost.
Yeah.
Which, in terms of that, when it's one of those early kickoff goals, you can't let that get too much into your head.
Yeah, when you don't have someone just prime positioned by default in the defensive role, you can see those go by the wayside. But a 1-point lead so far for Capital. Could be momentum starting. Nice demolition there from Pip Dip.
And we have seen what a great player Pip Dip is. So Bonsai has players that can definitely make plays. 50-50 there isn't going to really work out for Pip Dip as he tried to steal it away. It's going to work it. That was slow motion there.
It's poetry. The poem goes as follows. If you can't clear, sorry. It's a work in progress.
I would definitely say that, a work in progress. Might need a few redos, rewrites. But here we go.
Just hovering with no boost, and I think that the skill gap between these two teams is very minimal. It's about whether or not they can exert pressure for side control, for continuing to deny the boost for their opponents. Both these teams can do wonders with a full fuel gauge, if you will. Pip Dip being put in defense, still has fuel to work with. Gonna go for maybe a full clear attempt, but up in the air, but with not enough boost to back it up. Almost goes for the pinch there. Will be turned away. Plum looks for an opportunity for a full send demolition. A shot on goal from Crispy now. Oh, and Pip finds a breakaway.
Oh, that's great.
But it stops all of his momentum to do so.
And we were kind of talking last time about, you know, the strategy when you have star players like JP, kind of take them out of the mix, and that's what Bonsai's been doing. But one good turn deserves another.
Yeah, the respect demolitions are coming out in full force.
Oh, JP!
Bloodlust coming in, sliding. I think that's a good reason why you keep him on the demolition cycle for stuff like this.
Pip
Two
Dip.
defenders just couldn't get there in time.
And Pip Dip ran out of boost while he was elevating, so if he had just a bit more, pretty sure he would have been able to defend that one.
Oh, perfect. I love these. These 50-50s are my favorite. It turns into basketball immediately. It's jump ball. Plum looking for something. Crispy on the other side, trying to read the angle. 3-0 though, and Bonsai struggling to find an offensive front. Barely keeping themselves in a defensive formation too. It's got to be proactive. They keep finding themselves kind of squandering and hovering and waiting for something to react to. I think they just got to put themselves in the driver's seat and go. Be the ones making your opponents react.
There goes Z Smooth. Pip Dip elevating up, is able to get a tap on that one, leaving it for Quispy. That's a nice start for a shot on goal there. We're about halfway through this first match in the lower bracket semifinals.
J doubles. Doesn't want to be trying to be the best J gamer tag in the lobby. So far, JP Bloodlust has that in full commandation.
Ooh, look at that pass.
Nice challenge. Nice turn away as well. But the
beautiful
bounce off. JP, thanks for the help, Pip will say.
That is just
Appreciate it.
nicely aimed. That is a peach.
It's a peach, not a plum.
All right, 2 minutes, 13 seconds left.
Another one. Okay, go in favor of Bonsai. They have a little bit of an edge off this one. Crispy will fly well enough over. Goes back for the corner boost again. Continue to deny your opponent this precious fuel gauge. Could be huge, but the only one in fuel right now is going to be Crispy. He's got to slide across the map. J Double's looking for something with his gauge. But right now, the fuel control is all capital.
Yeah, they've got a whole bunch of boost to use there. That sounded like a crunch that sounded like a damaging crunch.
Oh, no! That's a hat trick.
JP star player for the Capital.
You know, we mentioned maybe putting some effort towards demolition could be huge. If that was a question, a plausible play, I think that's definitely solidified that as maybe a necessity. Keep the ball away from JP Bloodlust or
take away his support.
Keep him from playing the game. Unplug his controller or something.
The thing is like, yes, well, I definitely agree. Oh, wow. Glove double. See, the problem is like, yeah, you got to take JP out of the equation. The problem is you got to figure out when you want to do it, because you got to move demo but you got to do it at the right time.
That's true. And with the man being up in the air all the time.
Yeah, that means you got to have your boost.
Right. Look at the accolade we do mention as kind of an indicator for which team is being proactive. It's I wouldn't say it's night and day. It's more like night and afternoon.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, definitely a lead for Capital here.
Yeah, absolutely. 40 seconds remain, 3 goals to get. Crispy trying to find something, and they're sent scurrying. You know, we're not seeing much of the Bonsai kind of rotations for offense. They try maybe 1 or 2 attempts on goal. Those don't work. They're sending 2, if not maybe all 3 members back on defense. And you know, when it's a 4-1 deficit, you can't afford to do so anymore. Will this one slow roll into the goal? Sure will. As that will be a 4th goal for JP, and this one just have a solid read. I guess he anticipated, hey, this guy's not going to go for full defense. because he's not posting back post. He's going towards corner boost, and
I do gotta say, I love the theming that we've seen with a lot of these goal animations. I don't know if it is kind of in celebration of the Chinese New Year, but we have been seeing a lot of dragons tonight, so kind of cool in that way. What's also cool is a goal like that. JP double, like I said, the dragons.
Dragons. Now that might not be enough to crack the egg,
but that is perfectly aimed.
But this is foretelling. This is foreshadowing, hopefully, for the second round with Bonsai. If they can find angles like that, if maybe they can abuse or make mistakes for Capital. Position.
It's trying to, yeah.
Little mechanical. That's a tough mechanical shot to make for anybody. But again, taking away another goal there could be huge moving forward.
Kind of a look back at what's at stake here. They're fighting to get to the lower bracket finals to go up against Valor and try to make their way toward the grand finals.
Bonsai, Bonsai, Bonsai. Take your time. Find inner peace and tranquility.
The interesting thing is we were talking about in the winners finals, whoever won that was guaranteed a prize. This is same true. Whoever wins this is guaranteed at least third place. So this is a fight technically to see who's going to get a prize and who goes home.
And then the bragging rights will always be a thing, right?
Right.
It's tough because Bonsai has some shining moments. They have some highlights. But with the way that Capital is playing, they are making sure to diminish opportunities for those players to really be in control of their own destiny.
I think Capital also has just been a team that just got a very tough matchup in round one, and we're really seeing what true talent they have.
Yeah, I want to see if somehow we can watch that first game after broadcast, of course.
Well, if they make it to grand finals, we'll basically just have a new, rematch.
Let's see how close it was. But now, looks like Bonsai is going to be on the aggressive front.
They get a shot on goal.
One shot on goal. Oh, does get the defense and Plum. What a great read. Coming from the other side of the field, he knows that there's maybe one defender here in position. Goes for the self-reset, two-touch.
I like that Pip Dip had the right idea. He knew he had to rotate back. He was just a second or two too late.
Right. Dude, I mean, the whole looking, it's tough to look over your shoulder in this game when it comes to Rocket League.
Back toward Capital's goal. Bonsai trying to make a play happen. Gonna have to play around JP though. It gets sent over to Plum, trying to make the next goal. That's a great steal by Quispy. Oh, just off J Double's roof, but it's just
the triple commit.
Oh
gosh. Oh, but he barely gets himself in position for the demo. Is it enough?
I don't know if they were trying to play off of him, but if he had just gotten out of the way, that would have gone in.
Yeah, exactly.
All he had to do was basically kind of contest with the other player because Capital only had one player defending the goal. So he just had to get out of the way and, disrupt the other player and it would have gone in.
Yeah, it's tough. You're making those, oh my goodness. Making those fraction of a second decisions could spell victory or defeat.
It's easy for us to, with 20/20 hindsight to do it on desk here, but yeah, it's split-second decisions you have to make in Rocket League.
I mean, when it's a coin flip like that, 50-50 yes or no, you just pick the wrong 50-50. It's just as impressive as a play, just the wrong outcome after all. Shot on goal.
But I do like that Bonsai has had a pretty good defense so far, holding Capital only one goal. They can still even this up as J Double's trying to make the play there. It's going to get stopped, and now JP playing against the wall around Pip Dip. So Quispy has to be the one playing defense. It's it high back toward midfield. Now Quispy keeping the play going toward JP, who gets the save.
Quispy getting demolished there, removes the opportunity for the passing plays we've seen and know Bonsai for. Missed challenge there for the side of Quispy. Pip Dip will try to make up for it as much as they can. Quispy finds a demolition. Can they find the breakaway? The pass overarching away from the net, but still buying time and keeping things in the orange territory. Pass back, and it will be Pip Dip going for the demolition. No, it will be demolished. And the score to boot from Z Smooth. Coming at you live, 4 p.m. with another goal. 2-0. 2 minutes left in the final round, possibly for Bonsai.
Slight misjudge by J Doubles there. Definitely was trying to save. Just flew right over him, though. There goes Pip Dip off to J Doubles. They wanted to try to make one right off the bat to just try to reset things.
Oh my goodness, it's so scary. They find someone up in the air as Bispy's down on the ground, moving and sliding himself into position, but is it enough? Z-Smooth will get a pass, go through the midfield, back to the side corner. Gonna be passed away, but again, JP finding themselves in prime position to continue to deny this boost. Up in the air, quickly looking for an opportunity. Pip Dip will get challenged and knocked away and very dangerously far away from his net. Crispy getting bumped, just kind of just bumper card away from his own defense. And I mean, we've talked about it before, being confrontational, getting in the grill of your opponent's cars is beneficial. Bump them out of the way, get in passing lanes. But more so important, try to maybe secure a demolition if you can. Another shot, and that one's just too slowly responded to as Bum will get yet another goal. It is a 3-0 lead. 1 minute and 15 seconds just about in this last possible window for opportunity. Bonsai, it's closing fast. You got to figure out a way to stop it.
There goes Z-Smooth around the corner, going to try to just get another insurance goal, make sure Capital moves on. But JP being demoed, that just might be enough to stop them. And indeed, it goes over to Pip Dip, but he was just unfortunately stopped the ball in midfield, just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But Pip Dip's going to try to redeem himself, and indeed he does.
55 seconds. 2 goals remain. We've heard it time and time again on this broadcast. You know, it comes to about 35, 45 seconds for a goal.
Right.
This is just enough time for something miraculous to happen for Bonsai.
No, but they don't want to have...
First Game 3 we've seen. Z-Smooth has other plans, going up into the sky, trying to find an angle of opportunity. Gonna rotate, JP looking for the waterfall, finds the angle, but no one's there to communicate or to capitalize. And 40 seconds remain. Plum holding on to the ball for dear life, making sure that none of Bonsai can get possession. But here's the breakaway. Pip Dip looking for an opportunity, will get stuffed out immediately. J Doubles finds one back towards center. Crispy's there, but no one to get in position for a shot. And 20 seconds remain. I think Capital's bought enough time. They're going to close this one out.
Yeah, probably so. Just 10 seconds left. They just need to keep control of the ball. Bonsai does a double commit there. No. Not what they want to do at this point. One final insurance goal to end it. And that's going to be it for Bonsai's journey. Capital guaranteeing themselves some prize. Bonsai, unfortunately for them, just have to go home.
Wow, and these 3 remaining teams, they're all playing at an echelon of play that is very close together in terms of skill gap. I don't think that there's much of one to really take advantage of. It's all going to be a matter of how they are able to control the map itself. We see these teams really find themselves in great position. Look at these accolades. And the catalyst for the success, fuel control, side control, making sure that demolitions and defenses are worthwhile.
Well, great job to Capital there. A quick shout out again to the USO. They offer so many great opportunities to compete in esports and gaming. To name a few, the USO Experience, Invitationals, NFL Salute to Serviceman Qualifiers, and the USO Commanders Cup, with top teams from all 6 service branches competing for one title. More information is available at battlefy.com/the-USO. So now this is it. We've got down to our top 3 teams. All of these teams guaranteed to walk away with something.
Oh, yeah.
Now we just have the lower bracket finals and then the grand finals. It is all converging onto a great display of top talent, but we're going to take a quick break, allow these teams to warm up, and be back after this. You're not going to want to miss this, the conclusion to tonight's events after this.
A strong America is a force for good in the world, and the strength of our military is paramount to that mission. Wherever they go, the USO is there to keep our service members connected to everything that gives meaning to their service: family, home, and country. The USO is trusted to support our service members on all 7 continents. With more than 200 locations, home for our troops is as close as the nearest USO center or program. The USO provides critical programming, connecting with service members and their families millions of times each year. From the moment they swear an oath, new recruits are welcomed by the USO's family of staff and volunteers.
I'm here to witness my son swearing in. It's nice to have basically a liaison to help people so they aren't as nervous of what their children are going to go through.
Separation and constant movement are an ever-present challenge for service members and their loved ones. The USO keeps military families strong, providing connection home and events for families and couples.
From the little Christmas events for the kids, or like we had a date night, the USO has given us time, not only together, time with our children, and things to do.
When troops are deployed, the USO provides a home away from home to help bridge the distance. On the front lines, a care package, a phone call home, comfort food, a familiar song, or a moment to relax can mean everything. When their military service to the nation is complete, the USO connects transitioning veterans with resources in their new communities and helps them plan for their next chapter.
We spend most of our time servicing the country that when it's time to get out, we're usually behind the curve a little. The USO has come in and kind of get us a leg up on that transition so we can make the best move into a second career.
We are the USO, the force behind the forces. Go to USO.org to learn more.
Some missions don't take a holiday. Some work must go on. Standing guard, keeping the peace, lending a hand. This is our chance to lend one back. There are more than 1 million active duty service members stationed around the world, and this holiday season, hundreds of thousands of them will remain on duty. On the water, on patrol, away from home. Now more than ever, they need your help to bridge the distance to family, home, and country. So this year, as you celebrate your favorite traditions, take a moment to send a piece of home to our nation's heroes, because even the smallest gesture can lighten the load. Be a force behind the forces. Visit USO.org/holidays to send the gift of home to our service members.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You are watching the USO Invitational Qualifiers right now, and it has come down to the wire. Yeah. We are here today for the USO Zoom and Shoot Finals, powered by Geico Military. Since 1941, the USO has been the nation's leading organization to serve men and women in the U.S. military and their families throughout their time in uniform. From the moment they joined through their assignments and deployments, and as they transition back to their communities, the USO has always been by their side. I'm still your host, Jacob Jim Palmer, joined by Jared Baratel Castiglione. It has been a very exciting night, a lot of great plays, but now it is down to it. We just have 3 teams left, starting in the lower bracket finals between Valor and Capital, and whoever wins that one will go up into the grand finals to face New Year's same claps. And all of these teams, I should say, all of these teams we have seen had landslide victories, like 6-0 victories. All of these teams have pulled it off tonight. So how is it going to be once these teams very equally matched go up against each other?
I mean, I hate to try and, like, you know, ring my own bell or whatever the case may be. It's about adaptability.
Right.
Try not to sound like a broken record, but these teams, we've seen them win through great success when they have this kind of fuel control, the side control, and really make use of the defenses of opportunities for attack. But with all these teams trying to do the same thing, we've seen them also kind of falter a little bit, especially here in the second chance bracket. We've seen them succumb to the same things that were successful for them, which begs the question, have they learned to adapt to what's being prevalent in this tournament meta.
Well, that's going to be one of the big questions we'll find answered soon, and it's probably going to determine who moves on to the grand finals. Here we go.
At this stage of the tournament.
Yeah, don't do that.
That might be a little
Don't make Baratel angry. Well, now, here goes Spooky trying to find...
There's a star player to watch. JP looking up for an opportunity here, but not without their own competition here in the spotlight. See who will get themselves there. But do we actually... No. We see a name change. I thought it was a substitution.
No, it's
just totally fine with third place, but don't give up yet. You have a chance.
Don't settle. You that's actually pretty funny.
Really funny.
But at least good. And be in the right spirits, I should say. JP is certainly
in between games, by the way.
They did. Well, they were probably looking at like,
JP and they're like, nope.
Well, they watched JP and then they also saw New Year's same claps and they were like, you know what, we're fine with third. If we had fun, we truly won.
That's important. The W would be nice too, though.
Yeah, they would, and they're doing so good so far. I mean, they've kept no goals for the first minute. All they have to do is find a big clear. We'll see what they can do.
Z-Smooth continuing to keep this one on home turf advantage, but a danger close shot on goal. Demolition. Reese will find a one-man advantage going forward. Slam forward. No. This Plum will slide themselves into a great position for defense. It's Spooky going for the lob into the corner. Going to go for the challenge. Will be beat. A nice almost full clear, but Plum will interrupt it a little bit to try and maintain control of the ball. Pass it back to Z-Smooth. Reese will get into position. Waterfall opportunity here, just a little bit off angle. And again, no clear victory yet, but demolitions and accolades aplenty across the board.
It's Spooky off the wall around the corner. Reese sees it, and Valor takes the lead.
Finds the angle, and again, this relentless offense, you keep the team scrambling for defense, there will always eventually be a hole in the armor.
See, don't settle for third.
Yeah, don't settle.
Not with that attitude.
Negative reinforcement, perhaps.
We're not going to win this. Well, not with that attitude, you're not.
True.
Here we go, next kickoff. It's Spooky trying to make it 2-0. They're trying to clear, and Plum is going to be successful in that. T-Narc is going to rotate around.
Nice bump out of the passing lanes. We haven't seen a lot of action from JP yet. Kind of lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike.
Oh, double commit from Capital.
They do have Z-Smooth already on the rotation for defense. JP's also there now to assist it out. Can they go for the full clear? Look at the open net! No! I thought we had an agreement not to see triple commits. I don't know what's happening. Can we
maybe just sit down?
Ixnay on the, I don't know, Pig Latin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't do that, is what I'm trying to say. It's not good.
Ixnay on the Iffle commit tray.
Iffle. I appreciate your commitment to figuring out the riddle. I had no idea. So that sounds right. And what doesn't sound right now is the fact that Valor let an open goal situation happen. They had the lead on Capital, and now they're struggling to maintain the defense. Reese getting themselves in the right position at the right time, but the air dribble and the pass down, so smooth. Tune in at 3 p.m. where you see if Capital continue this reigning supremacy.
Around 2 members of Valor 2. The thing is with Capital is, I mean, as much as we play up JP, I think the true strength of their team is that their other members are also very, very talented in their own right. So if JP has a lot of pressure put on him, the other 2 can just step up and make the plays as well.
Okay. Oh, that equalizer would have been so perfect and so clean. Not able to get themselves at the right angle, though. It's a good sign. They are able to get themselves extending into the other side of the field. Reese finding a struggle to get the full clear. Z-Smooth continuing the challenge, be on the ground. Plum will find it, JP will be there as well. There's the bounce centered as it will, but no one there to capitalize on the goal. It's Spooky going back for corner boost. Plum looking for the boost of their own. JP looking for the slam into the goal, but it will be tipped up into the sky, into the wheels of Plum. Another shot, the reverse momentum. But Tnarg's seen this play before. He's going to be in perfect position for the defense.
Oh.
And he set up an attack here. Up into the skies, the full clear will be denied. Plum and company are trying to get this ball far away from the net as possible. Barely clenching on to this 1-point lead with 1 minute remaining.
Still not out of the realm of possibility for Valor to make a fight of this, maybe drive it into overtime. Capital looking for their clear. Here goes Reese, is going to go off to the side. Has all 3 members, though. He's going to have to face off against the round 2, but on the back post, there's Z Smooth to play some defense. Now Tnarg is going to try to keep the play going. Plum pushes it off to the corner, though, buying Capital the time they need to get their own clear.
It's interrupted, but still very, very... A defense not as fearless as they maybe would want. And Spooky goes for the challenge and the triple, though! And he will find the equalizer with 27 seconds remain. This is the Valor that I like to see. They're confident. They're playing for these 1v1 challenges. That's how they get themselves into a position of power.
This is the kind of fight that we wanted to see this late in the tournament. 2 very good teams matched up against each other, fighting very close to see who will move on to the grand finals. JP is going to try to get a goal here. Going to flip up, but is going to have his shot blocked by Valor trying to get their clear. Again, Plum tries, but Spooky way off. That's a very high soccer ball back over toward Capital's goal. JP gets a demo onto Valor, trying to put a damper on their attempts to get a goal here. They're going to still try to get a goal, but with only 3 seconds left, it does indeed look like we're going to go into overtime. Unless they can keep this ball airborne, they can't. So now golden goal.
Golden goal, very minimal score count, 2-2 apiece. And again, as you mentioned, this is what we expect from these teams. And I'm so happy to see that Valor is kind of broken out of their nervousness and are now playing with a bit of confidence as they almost bounce it in. It's Spooky looking for a second attempt. The goal is a bit open, no one directly in front. Oh, the triple commit's not there. They've learned their lesson so far. Valor will send some members back for the defense. Will it be enough as now Capital's just hovering the ball dangerously high across the net. Open opportunity. Reese going to go for a little bit of a high momentum play. Bounce it up into the air. Can Spooky redirect it? No! It will be met with opposition up in the air as well. Centered pass. Going to go for the side control. Reese remains to be pretty dead even if I say so. Plum looks for any opportunity. Set up C-Smooth. Set up JP. No, nothing doing just yet. And again, both these teams are both so willing to be combative, both so willing to be confrontational and not let these loftier plays
unfortunately. But for Valor, 2 of their members elevated up, so that was a double commit. And when you're trying to play for an air ball as high as that, then you're going to use a lot of your boost, so you don't want to use double commits either or something like that.
Oh, this is scary. Capital's just shifted themselves into a position of power, but Tnarg looks to try and remove that. Bounce pass over, almost enough. If it were for any less skilled player, that would have been a goal, but JP very privy to these kinds of plays.
Look at Plum with the dribble, up the field, around it, Spooky, and into the corner, unfortunately.
Get a full clear yet again.
Here goes.
Exactly what you want to see in these defenses, making sure that these kind of chippier short pass plays don't result in gain ground. Oh, this could be dangerous.
Well, it looks like
dangerous.
Well, it looks like Valor has regained their footing. They're really trying to not settle for a third is fine mentality.
Oh my gosh, Spooky barely getting to the ball. Just in enough time to get it to the side of the field so they don't have an angle for Capital to gain an attack opportunity.
Pretty healthy overtime thus far. We're 2 minutes into it. Both these teams looking very evenly matched. I can't necessarily say that one team has been better than the other. They're both really fighting hard for this first win.
Absolutely. And Z-Smooth looking for just anything. What Z-Smooth as a player is the person to try and look for the way to build space.
Oh, I like that play!
Goal. But JP will be in perfect position to turn away. Not only that, but get a halfway clear and force so much resource out of Valor to continue to keep this pressure just at midfield, let alone on their side of that. This could be an angle of opportunity. No, JP will be there yet again. Oh my gosh! He can't be everywhere all the time, can he? Get them demolished, actually. This could be a key for them. Z-Smooth the pass. Recipient goes for the angle, but the defense is there. It's Spooky, as well as the rest of the team for Valor, all doing phenomenal for defense. Oh, my gosh. A good crack here. A shot on goal. Tunard will actually find something, but not enough. So I'm looking for anything. JP in the wings yet again. They have no one yet on defense. The rotations now come to JP. Has the angles, has the air dribble, will get met up and does not have the boost to continue the aerial play. Plum looking for anything, looks for the angle, but it's not enough. And neither armor for these defenses are showing any signs of weakness.
Tenark now rotating back, is going to pick up some full boost, try to make a play. JP, though, takes control of it. It's Spooky, though, gains back the side control. It has to be Plum trying to get the clear, but back over to Tenark. JP is going to push it over Tenark, able to find their clear. Now they're trying to look for their play, trying to find their goal. It's been over 4 minutes, basically a double-length game at this point.
Yeah, and they're all, I mean, the communication's got to be paramount here. So, rotation, no real gaps. We're not seeing triple commits anymore. The lessons have been learned. Shot on goal, the angle's there. And someone in the midfield can get this. The sidebar going to be the chief defender right now for the side of Valor, but they're barely clenching on to this overtime. Z-Smooth up in the air, doesn't have the boost to careen themselves back down. Plum looking for anything, and the pressure remains unrelenting. What do you say about defenses?
There it is.
And Z-Smooth will find it. They'll take themselves first blood in this best of 3.
Wow, 4 minutes, 47 seconds in overtime.
Yeah.
Oh, they found their first win. Capital looking strong. They want to get their rematch. And
dang.
Wow, it's amazing that with the kind of a shot deficit like that, that Valor was able to keep it so close.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them were shots that were, running themselves into the sidebar, into the crossbar. So not really the best opportunity, especially with no one there to follow up. But to be fair, I mean, this is the most difficult matchup we've seen for Capital this entire tournament.
The interesting trend is that all of the matches we've seen tonight have been 2-0s. It's been best of 3, but we haven't seen it go to a game 3.
True.
So Capital is looking to kind of end a lot of trends tonight. Valor, looking to end the trend of 2-0s. They want to win here. Spooky going to fight for it over to Reese, but it's going to be taken away from them by Capital, who's just able to elevate a little bit better.
The boost in favor for should be Capital right now, as they have almost full control of the entire board. An angled shot, there will be a pass back to the side corner. Continuing to deny the boost, and Plum will find an angle and the shot and the boost to boot. Look at this. Gets himself the perfect follow-up for the pass, finds himself the boost, and the shot was just, very well placed. Someone on the side of Valor kind of curses the crossbar there, I think. Nice 50-50 going really no one's way until it breaks apart. Demolition there, and Spooky will take the man advantage. Reese floating in the air so fast. Tries to find anything, a pass down the field to Reese in the corner. Centering pass going to bounce up. Here's a waterfall opportunity, but no one to follow up on it. Z-Smooth looking for anything, continues to deny boost, find himself at the corner. Valor will get themselves slid into the boost just in the nick of time. And a shot off and bouncing off of the bounce off of
JP?
Bounce off of JP.
Yeah, it did. That just shows kind of the risk of not having someone on back post.
Yeah.
When you rotate up from front post like that, it can you get a tap on it, but it just kind of redirects into the goal.
We love seeing these teams going blow for blow in these situations, though.
Now Z-Smooth gets a bit of a tap on it. Reese answers that back toward Capital's goal. Plum looking for the clear. Reese able to steal their boost away from them. That could be good down the line. Speaking of running out of boost, JP not going to let that happen. Picks up the boost midfield, but Capital's still struggling to make their play. Reese blocks at midfield. It is now near their goal, but they need to center it up. Plum doesn't want that to happen. Is going to try to elevate above Spooky and Tenard.
Gets a bump, almost gets himself the corner boost as well. I think he did actually. Found himself that tail slide within there.
Z-Smooth shot up toward the backboard. Plum looking to play off the wall, trying to leave it for JP, who actually is rotating back. Z-Smooth actually is going to take control of that. JP now knocking it out of its Spooky's control. Plum down near the ceiling, around the corner. Reese to defend. Plum playing some interference with him. Z Smooth looking to make the play here, right above the goal. But no follow-up there, just too much defense from Valor.
Reese going to be the forerunner. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with now, but still buying time and creating space for his teams to get themselves the boost they need to. Shot towards the corner. Going to be a centering one at that. And a nice lob and clear here for the side of Capital. Denard will get himself in position to challenge, but it will be met and bounced over. JP will get on the other side. Reese demolished. Looks for an opportunity for a shot on goal, but it's Spooky's here. Ooh. JP with the mid-air to double. Sorry. Get himself at the passing lanes, which is fantastic. Bumping into your own teammates, not so much. Denard looking for anything, but no one's able to get a good pass and an opportunity for shots on goal. I mean, this is a relatively low shot game so far, especially with, again, it's just being 1-1. Both these teams really getting the defense in a very, I guess, aggressive way there. They're pushing the defensive line so far beyond that of the goal itself. Really not letting a lot of opportunities for these goals to even be attempted. Reese looking for a side. Gets met with a challenge, will win out. Denard looking for anything, but we sent scurrying back. Z Smooth trying to make something, trying to gain possession of the ball, but it's Spooky, looks for the angle, goes for the self-touch, and that will get the lead over to Valor, forcing Capital answer with 1:40 in the possible do-or-die round for them.
Still plenty of time for them.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what Capital can do right now. 1:40 left. Off to the next kickoff. Going to go in favor of Reese, actually gets the better touch on that. Z Smooth gets a tap, but now it's Spooky looking to air dribble toward the goal. Waterfall it down, going to be stopped by JP. Still side control is maintained by Valor off the backboard. Demo, we can't see anything. Again!
Line the casters.
Now there goes JP and Plum trying to follow up on that one, but isn't going to be able to.
Ball will be ripped away from Plum's possession. Denard looking for it, goes for a corner pass. Gonna rotate back out to give his teammates opportunity to slide in. Doesn't find anything, but that is a nice triple commit. Luckily he gets the rotations back to defense in time. That would have been a very foolish punish. Nice breakaway. It's Spooky up in the air. Will lose to the 1v1 challenge. They're going to keep the ball away as much as they can. Dribble, and it'll find his JP Blood. Again, perfectly waiting for their time to strike, and that is an equalizer with less than a minute. Again, in this do-or-die round for Valor.
Yeah, two members awkwardly caught in their own goal. That was the green light for JP to make the play. Now less than a minute left with both teams tied. Capital still at match point. Want to find a goal here to make sure they don't go into overtime again and have another 5-minute play. Right. We'll have to see here. Z Smooth right off the bat trying to make the play. It's just a little bit too far up and to the left. Now goes Plum around the corner to center, but stopped and blocked by Reese. And Z Smooth with a demo onto Reese in return. It's Spooky able to hold down the fort until Reese is respawned and ready to play. There goes it Spooky grounding it up midfield. Rotating back to Z Smooth to defend. Plum is
for the demolition there too. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't bump your opponent out of the way. Why not just continue to grind them so they cannot move at all? It's Spooky looking for maybe the 1-point lead. 1 second remain. Can they keep the ball afloat? We're going to go for another goal opportunity. Oh, this angle could bounce off. But they're not going to allow it. And this will be a golden goal situation for Valor to stay alive or for Capital to continue on to the grand finals.
And get their rematch against New Year's same Claps. Here we go, Z Smooth. That's a nice clear off to the corner. Denard has to rotate in to try to save it. Plays it off the wall for the clear, but JP reads it well. It's Spooky credited with the save. Driven around the corner. They got to try to ground it. There goes JP setting it up. He's just going to play it himself.
Oh. Ran out of beats at the perfect time for Valor.
Oh, that was so well aimed.
So great are the skills of these players, but you know, you have these two titans clashing, and it's going to be a close battle. Reese looking for a pass, going over to Denard. Denard go back in the corner, find himself a nice set of boost. Reese going to continue to interrupt these passing plays. Going to challenge us as well. Doesn't have any boost, but is fearless regardless. Bumping defenders out of the way. Tenard looks for something, and they actually do it. It's Spooky will slam it in. We will see the first third game in these best of threes. And if I were Capital, I'd be a little scared right now.
You know, as we take another look at the bracket, both of these teams are in a way trying to find their rematch against a New Year's St. Clops, because both of these teams face them. Valor did in the winner semifinals, and Capital got that tough first round matchup against them. Meanwhile, New Year's St. Clops has just been waiting by the sidelines. They're in the clubhouse just resting.
Just relaxing.
Well, there's no time for us to relax because it is down to a third game. So what do you think is going to be the main thing that decides it in Game 3? Because both these teams are very equal.
Yeah, it's really coming down to the finer mechanics. We see both these teams do really well kind of exchanging possession and pressure advantages on the side lanes, getting themselves just more control over the boost itself. I think what it really comes down to is not only getting yourself in a position for defense or goals, but really mechanically putting them in the right place at the right time. We've seen some of these shots go awry based off of bad or a little askew placement for shots, and making those kind of adjustments I think will give either team the edge.
Tenard off toward the side. There goes Reese, able to knock it over to the corner. And there's a demo midfield by JP. But it looks like Valor is able to bide their time and answer that back with a demo onto Z Smooth. Now Z Smooth respawns right under the soccer ball too. Tenard unable to get that shot toward the goal.
Well, I'm trying to do some dribbling here, but it's perpendicular to the goals itself. It's not really able to gain much ground with it. Double commit up in the air. A little bit of miscommunication happening on the side of Capital. Maybe feeling no mortality sneak up on them as JP goes up in the air, not finding any purchase on the ball. Z-Smooth trying to do the same thing. Goes for herself, reset the double touch, and the double commit is there, but the defense is just so strong right now for Valor. Now that I say that, they take 2 shots on goal, and so many were dangerously close. It's kind of to articulate my point. Making these shots on goal attempts are great, but you got to aim it like Tenard and make sure that it gets in the net.
Well, for something that started out with a double commit right there, they recovered beautifully, resetting it up. Tenard seeing the play, and they get the early lead.
And there was no opportunity for it to go into the sidebar, the crossbar. Tenard expertly placed that shot, and that's the call both these teams need to answer. And so far, Valor is picking up.
Tenard getting a tap on that one, but Plum still keeps control of it. Off the wall to center. In goes JP off the crossbar. Follow-up is not going to work out. It's Spooky now gets the shot up the field. Going to go up the side toward Reese, and beautifully aimed, but JP is right there.
Nice defense, and you're forcing your opponent to react. Being a proactive team here is going to be beneficial. Z-Smooth up in the wings. Reese will send it away, back to Plum, back into the side corner, giving so much time for the Valor team to catch up. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're keeping up the pressure, getting in the passing lanes, making sure the ball stays on the orange side as much as possible. Z-Smooth will barely be able to turn away that shot on goal. But Reese is looping back for another attempt. Gets himself to stop the momentum and can force it back onto the defense. It's Spooky spinning up in the air to do the same thing. The corner pass here, can he center it? He will be able, and this is a dangerous angle. They'll find it, and Reese will slide it in. A 2-0 lead in Capital. Really struggling now.
For as back and forth of this match has been, this was an impressive amount of side control that Valor managed to maintain. It wasn't
the Batman car, you know.
Yeah, that helps. Like we say, skins equal wins.
Skins equal wins, guys.
There goes Reese up the side. He's just going to demo JP.
Yeah, despite JP's performance so far in the tournament, he's almost been turned off as a player so far in this particular series. Valor's really figured out a way to keep him disabled or just kind of removed Well, they say that another shot on goal opportunity, and they'll actually bounce it in. Maybe I will now put my foot in my mouth.
He's now back in the equation. What a great way to see the angle and just let yourself fall down on top of the ball to just let it roll into the goal.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. But that is not all the work they need to do. 2 minutes remain and one more goal to get it to a tie game. Another golden goal opportunity we'll have to see. Could you handle that?
I don't know.
Can you?
I don't know if it's 5 minutes more. I don't think I could. Well, Tenard there trying to ground the ball, but JP is right there, tries to get us clear, but is facing Reese, who's able to disrupt him a lot. It's Spooky with a nice shot there. And demo on to Plum from Tenard. Plum now respawns, is able to get it out of Tenard's hands. Z-Smooth now letting it go up the field. We have a minute and a half left, and demo on to Reese. They're trying to make something happen, but the defense from Valor is on point right now.
Yeah. And to be fair, Valor with the point lead, they don't have to do anything risky. They just got to have a nice defense, continue to make these long lobs across the field, and try to just drain the clock as much as possible.
I mean, that is an option, but I would much rather take that passive strategy if I had an insurance goal right now.
No, 100%.
I mean, that is a strategy, but it's a very risky strategy to take when you're only one goal in the lead.
Demolition. Oh. It's Spooky will find the save. Can you find another one? The dribble's there. But just off the angle, those minute adjustments just needed to be made here for Capital. So many more of these shots on goals would have been converted into goals as we dip down now to 30 seconds left.
Ooh, can they hold the narrow lead that they have? Just half a minute left. Reese just having enough to elevate up and get a tap. Ooh, but the follow-up there's a big opportunity for a follow-up.
Yeah.
Valor needs to clear this, and now, because Capital can definitely get a shot on goal here. Reese.
You don't want to put it anywhere near your goal with 10 seconds
Spooky make the play, and now there it is. That's the clear they were looking for. Valor, after initially going down one in this fight, has managed to rally back, and they are going to be moving on to the grand finals.
Very well earned, very well fought by both teams, but Valor really figuring out a way to keep the defense on point, and just a couple just minuscule adjustments from and just so close.
This tournament is powered by Geico Military. Geico Military has been a partner of the USO since 1997, providing support to military service members and their families throughout their time in service. Thank you, Geico Military, for being a force behind the forces. So Valor, the team that said third place is fine, is actually going to be moving on to the grand finals. It means third place, as well as Capital still has to enjoy they'll get those gaming mice and the extra large mouse pad too.
Mouse pads, yeah.
So not a bad day for them. They made a great showing, but now we move on to the grand finals. And Valor gets their rematch though. But last time they faced off against New Year Same Claps, it was a landslide in the favor of New Year Same Claps. Yeah. And not only do they have to win against them, they have to force a bracket reset.
2 times they gotta win.
So they have their work cut out for them. Valor versus New Year's Same Claps. Here it is, the grand finals of the USO tournament that we have been hosting tonight. We're going to see how it works.
Will they zoom or will they shoot? Or will they zoom and shoot?
That's the question, I suppose. Well, here we go. Ioka making an early shot toward the goal. I think they know what they're going to do. They're going to shoot.
They're going to zoom and shoot a little bit, yeah. Reese struggling to get to the ball there for the challenge. Ioka looking for a shot. And they changed their name. First is worst, second's best. You gotta love the spirit of these players, especially when they conceded defeat.
I know.
Beyond their skill.
I don't know. It seems to be working out for them, this mentality. So,
do they want to be the worst, though?
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, I would. For the prize and the bragging rights, absolutely.
Yeah, I know. You get a whole streaming set.
Oh, those capture cards are sick, by the way.
We're going to see who gets them. Right now, it's been basically all New Year's Same Claps with the shots on goal.
You got the DeLorean?
Do we? Oh, we do, in fact!
That's so cool. Put all the movie cars out there.
Thank you so much for bringing that out. What was that, like 2 years ago that was released? I haven't seen one player in all the events that I've casted
Zero
use it.
players.
No player's been cool enough until Tenarg to use it. So Tenarg, you're the player of the night in my mind, just for bringing out the DeLorean.
Yeah, super cool. Maybe I have to go back in time and revisit what worked for them in the past, because so far, minute 30 off this first round, and there ain't no scores on the board.
Here we go. It's Spooky. Ethan actually going to get the clear here, trying to make something open up, but it's not going to happen.
Ooh.
Woody is actually going to get demo, giving Reese enough time to hopefully clear, but Aoka steals it away from him. Ooh.
Nice. That was paramount that they get that send there, because Reese going for the challenge up in the air got sent to the other side of the field, the other dimension. Reese scrambling to get to defense. His teammates are here. Ioka will get a demolition there on Tenarg. Ioka looking for something else in the sky as well. Woody's here waiting for the center and pass. It bounces over, but bounces into Reese. The clear will be missed as Reese will find one, and a breakaway opportunity now. Valor gets to put on the heat.
Plays
Okay,
over
heat's
Tenarg.
Oh, heat's back on.
Hey,
Like a light switch.
yeah. Well, hopefully they don't switch between the two anymore. Hopefully that they can really make a play here. Reese is going to push it way over toward the corner.
Such a good lob, and he gets nice centered, forcing the reaction out. Woody actually gets demolition though. Demolition for demolition on both sides. The ball just lobbing right in front of the New Year's St. Claps net. And again, no real exploitable opportunities for either team to slam this ball into the goal just yet. It's Spooky looking for an opportunity though. A little bit wide on the angle. We're forced to retreat back to defense. The bounce there. Another bounce as well. And Woody will find it.
This was off of an insane shot from way back on the other side of the field. Perfectly aimed there. Woody with the follow-up. Past Valor.
The force of the shot forced Reese into the goal.
Here we go.
Shot.
They're going to try here. Tenarg is actually going to wait a little bit, but Aoka's going to say, fine, I'm just going to make my play then. Woody going in the corner. Spooky with the save, trying to turn that into a clear, but Ethan shot on goal is going to fire. Oh, that looked like it would. And Aoka makes good on that.
Yeah, it doesn't get turned away because these defenses, while they are impressive in their ability to stop the ball from going in the net, this bump set right here is so paramount for them to get this 2-0 lead. And with 1 minute and 30 seconds, especially with the caliber of these players, it is now becoming a tall question, a big question, whether or not Valor can answer this.
We're going to have to find out here.
Reese looking for something, tries to jump up. There's no one in the net for this triple commit. Oh.
Well, now it's looking almost certain here.
What do we talk about, team? Guys. Triple commits. They're a no-go. They are a bad idea. Proven time and time again. To be fair, though, kudos to New Year's St. Claps for making these kind of impulsive and somewhat rational decisions out of Valor when they've had such a tireless defense against previous combatants. 3 goals, not impossible. He's looking for something, trying to get the ball on the orange side of the field. Finds the breakaway. There's a teammate there. They'll find the shot on goal, but no. Arioka is there for the defense and a counter push as well. Pushing it to the other side, the complete opposite. Woody find a demolition. Open net is here. Rotations are called. Valor's back in position. It's Spooky missing the challenge there.
I mean, when you really look at how many saves Valor has compared to how many shots on goal they have, which is stress too, it has really been no question who has been in the driver's seat all of this match. It has been New Year's St. Claps consistently putting pressure on Valor, and Valor just not able to find any sort of way to go on the offensive against them. Just with 10 seconds left, I don't see any play that can be made here.
Not for 3 points.
That is going to be it for the first round, and now Valor is just going to have one more chance, and New Year's St. Cloud's looking to continue on their undefeated streak, and went 13 to 87 shots on goal. It was all New Year.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, a lot of the defense was there to get the ball lobbed away, but with no one really in a position or a pattern to back it up for a shot on goal attempt. So maybe tightening up that. You know, when it comes down to it, you know, New Year's St. Cloud's had supreme side control and kept the fuel gauges of the entire Valor team on empty.
Well, here it is, the final match. The final game, possibly here. New Year's St. Cloud's can have sort of the same performance.
Here's the boy. Hello, boy. Welcome.
It's Ethan to waterfall it down, unable to do so.
Ethan in prime position, trying to reset it. Trying to buy time for his team, and Woody completely overshoots it. Could be an opportunity for Valor to find anything here, but nothing given just yet. Woody looking for something. Gonna retreat back to get some crucial boost. Reese finds a breakaway. Met with an air defender. And now it's up to the rest of the team. Tenard looking for a pass. Back onto the ground. It's Spooky looking for a defensive rotation. Will he get beat out? No, he will not. He'll get himself in a great position for defense. Getting just the momentary stall to get his teammates in position. You now see that Reese is just kind of hovering, waiting for an opportunity to rotate into attack or defense, but the rest of the team really does need to put maybe an aggressive foot forward. Whoa.
I can take the wheel, Roberto, for a little bit.
No, we're good now. It's gone. It'll be gone forever.
Tenard now trying to set. Tenard trying to set. You know, I want to take your word for it, Baratel. I'm fine taking the reins for a little bit. It's Spooky now trying to set this up. It's just a little bit up and to the left. So Aoka now on the counterattack with the help of Ethan off the wall around the corner to center it up. Tenard wants to stop that right away. Here goes Woody again, though, keeping the play alive. Trying to push it past Reese. There he sees it. Aoka does, but he's unable to get it through both of them. And now it is going to be a counterattack from Valor. All three members of New Year's St. Cloud's rotating back. It's going to go above Tenard with Aoka with some great play there. But Reese with the deflect there is going to keep Valor's hopes alive. Can Woody score a goal here? It is off to the corner. He's going to try to set it up. Beautifully aimed, but not finding it.
Center pass. The rest of the teams here will bounce forward, and it will. You gotta wonder whether that's one of the capitalizations of a defender being bounced out of the way. Two members for Valor being put in the net and just could not get the angle that they needed to. And that first blood, one goal, one up. New Year's St. Cloud's also has one in the series. Oh, no.
Oh, no. They all went for boost. Oh, and he played it around Reese.
You know, 2 goals in 2 minutes and 48 seconds, not crazy.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard to try to fight back from. Well, I know the real problem. Tenard's no longer using the the DeLorean here. He swapped off it. So yeah, that's your punishment there. Is that kickoff goal? Well, there goes It's Spooky trying to push it up, just off to the left. Follow up by Reese. He spots it, and Valor's back in the mix.
You know, this is off the back of these 3 members from New Year's St. Cloud going for a triple commit. They were all on the other side of the field, going for boosts, going for challenges, and there was a breakaway opportunity. It's Spooky almost gets the self-assist, but having the teammate there, Reese, is going to feel good. Just 1 point now, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. And again, this is for Valor to stay alive. Woody up in the air, be challenged. Reese will find an angle. Nope, no, it's going to be Tenard finding the opposition up in the air. Trying to get themselves some crucial boosts as Woody tries to find and does deny the corner boost there from Valor. They are getting scrappy there on the ground. It's Spooky trying to find a breakaway, cannot even find the way to clear the ball. As Ethan's just up in the grill. Ethan looks for something. Aoka's here for the bounce, but it will be graciously turned away. But now we see again the the catastrophic 2 men in the goal. Cannot afford to let any more of those happen if you're Valor.
Trying to push more shots on goal, but it looks like Valor has found their clear. Ethan to get a tap on it over to Spooky with a huge shot toward the goal. Woody's going to try to recover from that, but just off the crossbar, not quite accurate enough to head inside. Now some rotating back.
Doing phenomenally well at this. Bully them out of the way mentality.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Those Ducks keeps the game at the beginning of the night, and they have followed a lot of those really good. But Reese with
mechanical supremacy from just Reese with the pass. This week to get it locked in there. What a great duo there.
I mean, when you consider Valor's performance in their first match against New Year's St. Claps, they've greatly improved.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, it's coming off the very neck and neck last round we saw them. They're still fighting, and it's, you know, you start calling in maybe questions of fatigue, of exhaustion. This is a very tiring game.
Yeah, especially for a tournament as long as this one, but it could be over very soon here. New Year's St. Claps need to get back in the lead if they want to end this tournament now. Reese hits it off the wall, trying to make something happen, but the setup there toward Woody, it just goes way too high at the shot there. Now Aoka with the demo onto Reese. Unfortunately, it's Spooky had such a great clear there. That's going to give Reese good enough time to respawn.
And it looks like New Year's St. Claps is wanting to bait a triple commit out of Valor because they're not pushing forward for a lot of these aggressive plays.
Yeah, trying to make them leave an open goal.
Yeah, exactly. And that looks to be one. You got to be kidding me. Okay, Spooky finds himself barely in the position at times, but the attack now stops. 10 seconds remain. Both of these teams may have one more shot attempt on goal. Who's going to take it? We're going to go to a goal-to-goal situation to decide whether or not we continue for tonight. It's up in the air. Will they
Whoa, the buzzer beater!
Are you kidding me? Reese, you animal!
The hero of the night for Valor. What an incredible dribble, air dribble into the goal right as the timer hits 0.
No need for golden goal. Instead, we'll go for golden series.
Wow. And Valor, you know, it wasn't by a lot, but they were consistently at a disadvantage stat-wise. So for them to get the win at the very end.
I'm not going to downplay it. Tenarg didn't have any accolades. Was definitely a catalyst for success there, though.
Well, the night is not quite over yet, as if Valor has anything to say about it. They want to force this bracket reset. You know, going against their mentality at first is worse. They definitely seem like they want to get first.
I want them to be on the precipice of winning and then just throw, so that way they're like,
So-
yeah, well, we don't want to be first.
We never wanted to be first.
Second's the best.
We always wanted second place.
It's Spooky, tries to find
It's like
clear center.
it's like the Incredibles. Finish second, close second.
Second. Ooh, nice defense there. As Tenarg finds 2 challenges and kind of thwarts them away. Ethan trying to find some side pressure up on the wall, gets pushed up and demolished for his efforts, as kind as they may be. Reese waiting in the wings to come back and swing, but it's going to be Tenarg with the shot on goal this time. Up in the air will be Reese using everything in his tank to keep the ball on this orange side of the field.
Here goes Ethan trying to make a play happen. New Year's St. Claps kind of uncharacteristically leaving it wide open to score for a while there.
They're feeling mortal. Has anyone ever actually taken a round off of New Year's St. Claps?
I don't think so, no.
So they are mortal.
Yeah, they've been undefeated up until now. Valor managed to take a game away from them. It's very impressive. Ethan's still trying to make a play happen, but it's Spooky with a nice shot there, playing it off the wall. Is going to be stopped by Aoka right back over toward the corner. Woody off the corner again, setting it up. A double commit in the air that leads to the demo.
Oh my gosh! Whew. Oh my! What an angle! What a pass and an angle!
That's some great communication between the two of them. It just pushes Tenarg right back into the goal.
Wow, and he had no, you know, ground to stand on, both physically and metaphorically.
Back
looking for an equalizer. Just about a minute and a half gone so far in this, and looks like they're both still playing to their hearts out. Aoka looking for it. They're going to go pass and go backwards for maybe a better opportunity of angle, but it's Spooky is here. It's got Reese in the wings, and now it's Tenard's turn to pass it up. It's Spooky for the reset. It's a triple tap so far. But no, it will be thwarted and turned away. Woody will get the ball, go for a dribble up in the air. It's forcing a lot of this resource, this fuel to be used on the side of Valor to combat these weird pop-up shots, if you will. Just like that, Woody looking for something. Reese flying away. Shot on goal, it's going to be thwarted. Aoka looking for the breakaway here. Barely gets turned. Tenard trying to find an angle, has not a lot of boost to work with. It's Spooky here, waiting for the pass to be received. It's going to be a driver and a dribble! And somehow, someway, New Year, same claps, makes the capital mistake, if you will. Leaving that triple commit open, that open net.
Well, it's more of an overcommit than a triple commit.
Over, triple, quadra, penta commit.
All right, now while Baratel works on his vocabulary, it's Spooky trying to bounce it off the backboard. With Reese trying to get a shot on goal there. Here goes Tenard, though.
Find an opportunity. Ethan's still carrying the ball solo, 1-3. Does get a demolition for his efforts, and somehow, some way, Woody comes with the scorpion kick. You're gonna see this one more time.
Oh, it just barely grazes.
Defense, wow.
Yeah, it just kind of grazed Spooky right there. He wasn't able to get the tap on it.
2 minutes, 1 goal separates Valor from continuing on into this, getting that bracket reset, and New Year's St. Claps taking this one home. Woody trying to find an angle. Aoka always in prime position, trying to make the scramble happen. Valor this time will be privy to this. They'll continue to defend this, but they desperately need to get the ball off their side of the field. It's Spooky on the wall. That's not a good defense, my dude. And that's exactly why Ethan will find the angle almost every time. And now it's 3-1 with 1:31 in the clock.
Now that insurance goal is going to be very handy in terms of New Year's St. Claps. Might kind of influence how they play this.
You know, it may not look like it in terms of accolades, but Aoka, every time they're not the ones shooting the ball, they are physically removing the defender from the goal itself.
They're always doing something, which is a great player. That's exactly the one you want to have. Tries to dunk it down, unable to do so. Now Ethan is going to be setting it up, but it's Spooky now is clearing it all the way back to the corner. Here goes Woody with Ethan, shot toward the goal. That was beautifully aimed, but disrupted by Valor.
Such a good pinch here.
Now 1 minute left with a 2-goal lead, maybe a 3-goal, but Tenard is able, with the help of It's Spooky, to get it clear there. He's now going to drive it around the corner. Ethan trying to take it away from them. Might be doing it back toward midfield, but Reese stops it. Now it's going to be Woody trying to play it above Reese again.
Valor's going to get a goal. They need to get it like now or yesterday.
Oh, that's probably it.
That's probably the window, not only being closed, but slammed shut. Put the grid on it. It's got iron bars this time, and unless they got some sort of plasma torch or some sort of saw, maybe a comically large file hidden in a cake, Valor's not going to be able to get that window back open.
Yeah, but they sure did a good job of it, managing to take away a game away from New Year's St. Claps. Greatly improved since their last match with them. There goes Aoka.
Let me put my foot in my mouth.
It might not be with Ethan getting another goal.
Okay.
Yeah, Ethan, he wanted the hat trick.
He did want it.
Now 4-goal leads, 15 seconds left. It is for sure that Valor isn't going to be able to get this one. It's just
I think if afforded Valorant had the same reset break, you know, they would have been able to perform at their top. Yeah, New Year St. Cloud's getting themselves to the grand finals so early and waiting for the second chance bracket to develop. Valor had to go through the gauntlet. You know, it's possibly just a matter of fatigue, but regardless, great job from both teams, and New Year will do it with the 5-1 lead in the second game.
Yeah, and completely controlling the shots on goal. Unfortunately, Valor was unable. Well, how can you do that when they got a goal? That looks a little weird, but you know what?
Weird.
But the USO Zoom and Shoot finals are going to be won by New Year's St. Claps. They were really undefeated throughout the whole game, only lost one in the final. There was no stopping them, so great job to them. We hope they enjoy that streaming prize setup that they got. And Valor doing a lot greater. They were willing to settle for third, but they got second. Well, the USO offers many great opportunities to compete in esports and gaming. To name a few, the USO Experience Invitationals, NFL Salute to Service Madden qualifiers, and the USO Commanders Cup, with top teams from all 6 service branches competing for one title. More information at battlefy.com/the-USO.
Woo!
So congratulations again to the grand champions.
Yeah, kudos again to both teams. You all played your heart out. A tremendous performance from Valor to get through the gauntlet that was that second chance bracket. But you know, when it comes down to it, New Year St. Cloud's had a little bit more chops.
Well, do you have any nominees for the Geico Military Player of the Game?
Ooh, Aoka.
Yeah, Aoka was really good. He was definitely a player, but you could really name anyone from New Year's Same Claps.
True. Well, then my obvious nomination's Tenard.
Tenard, yeah, he had a great, probably the best attitude of the night.
Right.
And he brought out the DeLorean, so that's always a point.
Yeah, it's a bonus point, even though you did betray it in the end. But regardless, Tenard, if not Aoka, proving that maybe they don't have as much to learn as maybe they initially let on.
Well, the player of the game is going to be chosen, and it is in fact going to be, I think it's Spooky actually who is credited with it.
Well, there you go.
And any member of Valor who was able to really just kind of have such a rally that team did,
right.
Really charging through the lower bracket and having probably the most improved performance against New Year's Same Clap.
Yeah, and to be honest, it's Spooky really, in times of desperation or necessity, really showed that they could be like a true leader, both in terms of, hey, just give me the ball, I'll get the solo carried in, I'll go for the 1v1, or I'll be a catalyst to make sure my team's shining as well. So I think rightfully deserved. Get themselves a couple hat tricks during the tournament as well. Always is a good feeling.
Well, the player of the game brought to you by Geico Military. Geico Military, a partner of the USO since 1997, providing support to military service members and their families throughout their time in service. Thank you, Geico Military, for being a force behind the forces. Again, it's Spooky, the Geico Military player of the game. Well, as we prepare to close out tonight in the whole tournament, any final takeaways, Baratel?
When's the next tournament? I want some more Rocket League.
Yeah, we had some very great matches there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
so I look forward to next time.
Yeah, that'll do it tonight. But before we conclude with our we'll conclude with our top 5 military plays of the game. We'd like to give a major shout out to our competitors as well as our partners, Geico Military and Pratt & Whitney. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow the USO on Twitter at the USO and join the USO Discord at discord.gg/the USO. That'll do it for the night, but enjoy our top 5 plays of the game brought to you by Geico Military. Congratulations to first, second, and third place, and we'll see you later on, but have a good night. Very hard. They basically have 2 goalies right now.
We'll be getting another full gauge of boost, though. We see this.
Oh, beautifully played.
Deny the boost from the boost deniers, and they'll get themselves a 3-0 lead on a team that we thought were immortal.
Reese had already committed there. It's just playing it back past him in the hold there. Tar keeping the play alive. Just some very impressive mid-air dribbling, trying to waterfall it down into the goal. He's not going to be able to get the goal. Oh, Spooky rotating back very fast to be able to prevent from being scored on.
Nice pass, double pass, the triple. No, not needed. Just the 1-2 punch. And Spooky, they got 2 goals to do and to make up for. Even get into overtime.
Oh.
Minute 15, make it 3 goals. That's a scary, scary man, Aoka, right now.
Yeah.
And again, where's the defense?
Yeah.
At this point, the call is just to say someone back post, some Ethan were not for where they were. Gonna go forward, gonna go for the reverse. The bicycle kick over the defender, and Ethan will actually sneak that one in. That's a cool move right there, Jim Mountain.
Yeah, it really is when you're able to hit the brakes and just do quite a nice little flick into the goal there. Beautiful. On the action.
Dang it.
And
How did it crash you?
Oh, and Spooky is going to get demoed there, making it a little bit harder for Valor to defend. They're trying to look for their clear. Reese is going to try to play it past Ju. He does, and since he plays it past Ju, it's just going to flick it up and over and into the goal.